Welcome back to the Comics Aficionados, live right here on Thinking Critical YouTube. Your Saturday morning delight is back to talk all things nerdy. We're going to concentrate on comic books. If we can not look at Fatal J's enormous face, he's looking for the attention already, folks. And we do have the return of Fatal J, but even more important, we have special guest Andy Smith. Welcome to the stream, Andy.
Hello, thank you for having me. This is going to be fun. So.
Yeah, hope you're ready to talk some comic books. I know you got a big book going out right now that's doing very, very well on Indiegogo. What's the noise?
It's Lilith Infernal Conflict. If you're into the Kordrath saga, the first two books we did, establishing the Kordrath universe, I guess you could say. So this third book is Lilith, who's a main character from Kordrath, and we basically learn her backstory. She's a succubus, and she goes back to her home in the Abyss, where we learn about this war that she fought in and kind of established herself to become the one that their queen sent up to the Shattered Reach, which is where Kordrath takes place. So a lot of fun succubi and incubi fighting. Incubus, of course, are the male versions. And so it's going really well, and it's a fun book to expand on Kordrath. So,
well, definitely congratulations on all the success. And if this is your first time hearing about the book, there is a link in the video description, not only to that but also to your YouTube channel as well as your website, because we definitely appreciate you having here. And we were talking a little bit before we got started. You're really enjoying the Energon stuff right now. You think that's the hottest thing in comic books?
I think it's some of the freshest stuff. I never read Transformers as a kid, never read G.I. Joe as a kid. So when Skybound basically got it and rebooted the stuff and took it over, I thought, why not? Because I know they have such a great reputation and stuff. I've seen all the live action and cartoon stuff, but just never read the books. And I just really got into it. And I like how Kirkman is merging the two universes. And I think he's even... not really spoiler alert because it's been out. He's pulling Mask into it looks like as well. Yeah, just a tiny bit. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm an art guy. I buy books for the art, and right out of the gate, I just thought visually they looked really good, especially Transformers with Daniel Warren Johnson, because in my head Transformers was always, they're robots, so they were always drawn very clean and mechanical, and which is the antithesis. Like I like Transformers, but I would never want to draw them that way. And when I saw what Daniel was doing, where they were just more organic looking, and that just goes with his art style, I was like, oh, that is awesome. And now, Jorge Corona drawing the book as well. So... and now Dan Moore is going to take over, which is like, I don't know how that guy gets any sleep. He does so much stuff. But
so if you've ever seen Jorge Corona before he did Transformers, that is not his art style, literally at all. He completely adapted it and changed it to match what DWJ was doing.
What was he known for before Transformers? Because I knew the name. But
what's the Scotty Young book that he did that was so great? Is it Middle West?
Wait. I know.
I believe
I'm blanking on the name of it, but I kind of can get it.
He did a few books with Scotty Young. I believe it.
Yeah, they said Middle West in the chat.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
It's a really good book, but his art style is completely different than what you're getting within Transformers. Yeah.
All right. I have to look at it now because I like seeing the evolution of artists and stuff. So that's cool.
So as far as like the new crop of artists, obviously coming behind you and some of the other greats, you would say is like Daniel Warren Johnson right up there at the top. For me, it's like him, maybe Jorge Jimenez, Dan Mora.
Yeah, I was going to say I like Daniel Warren Johnson stuff a lot, but I'll be honest, like the Wonder Woman stuff he did at DC, I didn't get that. That just, like I said, it's the same type of visuals. It's not like he changed his art style, but on that type of property, wasn't working for me. But Jorge Jimenez, I remember seeing his stuff on, I think it was Amazing X-Men like 12, 13 years ago at Marvel, and just going, wow, this stuff is freaking cool. And then it's that whole overnight success where it's like, no, it's usually around 10, 12 years when somebody becomes that. And that's about, how long he's been kicking around, I think. His stuff is really cool. It's kind of a Americanized version of manga in a way. Dan Mora, I got onto his stuff when he was doing Klaus at Boom.
Mm-hmm.
When he was doing Power Rangers too, he was dope.
Yeah. And then
that's what he called mine.
Yeah, and I just followed him from there, Klaus, and then Power Rangers, and I was looking at his stuff back when he was working for Boom, and he had fan art stuff of Marvel DC characters, and I'm like, oh my god, when is this going to when are these guys going to get them? And DC finally did, and I'm more of a Superman guy over Batman, so I'm glad he's doing Superman stuff, and he's another guy that. I'm amazed at just how much work this dude's doing.
So, Andy, you say you're a Superman guy. Who's your definitive Superman artist?
Oof. Growing up, the first one that came to mind is John Byrne. That's, when I was growing up in the 80s, it was the tail end of Kurt Swan. But I really got into it with Man of Steel when Byrne went over there because I was more of a Marvel guy. So I'm going to go with John Byrne, even though I have this huge, I do love Kurt Swan stuff. Didn't like it as a kid, too boring, but when I got out of art school, I guess going to art school maybe opened my eyes more to stuff because I wasn't a fan of like, oh my God, I just blanked on it. But, this is a good one. I went to the Joe Kubert School. And I liked Joe's work before I went to the school, but I wasn't a super fan. But man, after going there and just discovering more of his work and stuff, I love Joe's stuff. It is just, he's just in my mind, just one of the best. So, but yeah, I'll go with John Byrne.
You always hear Kurt Swan, and we like Gary Frank a lot too.
Gary Frank stuff. Gary Frank was cool because you're reading a comic where it's like Christopher Reeve was Superman. So, yeah,
What do you think, Dylan? You're the big Superman aficionado. Is John Byrne up there? Is he in the top 5, top 10?
John Byrne's definitely up there. Jerry Ordway's up there too. I love Jerry Ordway at Superman.
Yeah.
Jose Luis Garcia.
Yes.
He just didn't do enough. Yeah,
but he didn't really do a lot of comics. He mostly did character designs.
I know.
Yeah.
It's adorable. I love it.
If you see a Superman shirt, there's a lot of him in it. But if you see a Superman comic, you're not going to see his art a lot.
No, if you look at the main Superman title before the reboot, with Byrne, I think out of the 400 some issues, I think he did like 5 or 6. That's it. Yeah. And then, of course, Superman, Wonder Woman, Superman racing the Flash. That stuff was great, but
very cool. I love talking the comic book arts. And the thing I like about Daniel Warren Johnson that it feels like other people are starting to get is that he's organically incorporating the onomatopoeia into the art instead of just like creating it computer generated and like layering it behind a few panels. I like that it's with the hand drawn stuff.
I'm vindicated. Oh, yeah. Yes. Been saying this for months.
What do you mean? I've been saying that for 2 years.
I know.
But I like that. This is what I want back in comic books, Andy. I want more hand done letter. I'm tired of the crappy font that we get these days.
Yeah, but is Transformers? I'm sure every book out there now is just computer lettered, but it's just the fonts that the people can create and stuff. But I mean, if I could do it with my book, I would so have the pages lettered on the board. It's just not, the guy I work with, who I went to actually the Kubert School with, lives all the way in California. So he's like the furthest from me there is.
And it's the standard now. But I even liked it back in the day where you could see where they used some whiteout to redo the lettering. I thought it added character.
Oh, dude, I love pages. When it comes to original art, I was talking to Graham Nolan about this. Then I picked this up from the Kubert School too. I love pages that are just gooped up with whiteout, and you can still see the pencil marks. And Joe, if he messed up a panel on a page, would just cut out the panel and patch in a new piece of Bristol behind it, and you could see that. and just paste ups in general. I mean, I've got an original Joe Daly strip where he didn't like there's a close up of a woman's head and he didn't like the mouth, and you can see the paste up of the new mouth right over top. I love that stuff. That's why I think I tell you, a lot of artists that are digital only, they're and obviously they're younger, 20s and 30s and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they switch over to traditional because they realize after being in the business for, let's say, 15, 20 years, they go, I literally don't have any original art.
Mhm.
I have none. I've got computer discs or
Yeah.
not. You don't even need those. All my crap's up in the cloud,
Right.
I
And you
got a
can sell it,
wicked thumbnail full of images.
That's right. That's right. And that's a good point too. I mean, people sell original art. Now, when it comes to interior artwork for published books, I stopped selling mine 30 years ago. So I've got tons of it. But the point is, in probably 10 or 15 years, I'll probably start selling it and, hopefully make something off of it.
Yeah. But I know that stuff ends up taking up space. I remember Liam Sharp was like, I've got all this great art, but it's just, it took so much space to just hold it. So he felt like he had to, or was compelled to move to digital.
Yeah. I mean, it does. My art is in tubs, just plastic tubs, the thinner ones, not the big, thick ones, but they're stacked. And if I stand next to it, it's taller than me. So,
Andy, let me ask you a question real quick, sir.
sure.
Did you do the X-Man Strong Man solo book?
Wait, Strong Guy?
Strong Guy, excuse me.
Yeah.
I got that book. You killed it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was Strong Guy Reborn.
And they need to bring back Strong Guy.
Yeah,
Strong
they do.
Guy
I
is
love
an
Strong
underrated
Guy.
character.
The Strong Guy was just in Concert of Champions and in Dazzle. He was one of her roadie.
Yeah, he was a roadie.
Listen, sir. I'm like Andy. If it don't look good, I'm not buying it.
Well, yeah.
Well, it didn't read good either, Jay, so you didn't miss anything.
Oh,
No.
shucks.
I
Okay.
did not
Oh,
read
those
particularly
Jason
well.
Lou Dazzler books. I know. I picked up a copy of Andy's Exo Man of War Iron Man.
Yeah.
I got that
a mashup from like, what was that, like 3 decades ago now?
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still, I mean, I love your Iron Man suit design. I just,
Oh, thank
Is
you.
that the like
Thinking enough of
Konami
that.
days or whatever that was?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
value.
it was a claim.
It's value.
Acclaim. There you go. Yeah.
Acclaim, yeah. It
Oh,
was like
Acclaim.
it was like a video game set, like tie-in.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it was still, that thing was killer. Man.
Exo's my favorite character. I love that
yeah.
character.
Yeah, it's so dope.
Exo's just so
Conan the
cool.
Barbarian in an Iron Man suit. I dig
Yep.
it.
Exactly. So before I drew Exo, when I was working on Quasar, I can't remember the issue number. It might have been 50 or something. But, Quasar is like a Green Lantern, except it's yellow stuff he can create. And he created a full body armor, and I literally just drew Exo.
What made it yellow?
I made slight changes to it because I didn't want Valiant getting all pissy and stuff. But yeah, I basically put him in an Exo armor.
Very, very nice. Now we do have Fatal J returning to the show. Do you have a breakfast burrito today, sir?
No, sir, but I will shield real quick. Ninja Blast 2 is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank y'all so much for making Ninja Blast #1 a success so many years ago. But we back. We in the coloring stage. We in the lettering stage. And I'm glad to be back on Thinking Critical. Chat, I want to tell y'all something real quick, real fast. It was West's fault. He banned me from the Thinking Critical live stream. It's his fault because he got mad
You had it coming.
because I was a disciple of Zack Snyder.
You were an occult member, and it didn't fit. It wasn't healthy, Fatal J. It's called an intervention.
I recall the inciting incident was you singing and me giving you harmony backup vocals. and enraged certain panel members.
What was I singing? I sang so
I
many.
don't know, but it was cute. I loved it.
And I know this has nothing to do with anything, but I don't know if you guys listen to Tom Jones, but I am turning into a Tom Jones fan.
You mean it's not unusual to be that?
Yes.
Love.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Money.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Tom Jones is great. His cover of Prince's Kiss is Chef's Kiss.
He's got one of
All
Black
right.
Betty that's awesome. And
Fatal
good.
J, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters yet?
Yes, and it is spectacular.
Are you with me that K-pop Demon Hunters is better than Superman?
You're a James Gunn hater too?
I'm not a James Gunn hater. I expected a better movie.
Excuse me. I forgot Wes doesn't hate anything. You're a James Gunn disliker?
No, I like the Suicide Squad movie. I like the first and the third Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought Peacemaker season 1 was fine for what it was. I just expected a better Superman movie.
I'm gonna put it like this.
I'm just
You're
saying
right.
K-pop Demon Hunters was better because it's extraordinary.
It's better. It's better.
There you go.
It's
You
better.
hear that one, Dylan?
I'm still not gonna watch it.
Dude, you're the one that recommended that I watched it.
No, that was the man next to me, Sully, who did that.
What?
Dylan,
I don't
you know
even
what,
have
Dylan,
Netflix.
I'm gonna say, Dylan, I enjoyed the K-pop Demon Hunters, but you hold the line, man. You hold the line. You stick to your principles.
I can't believe I'm going to have to watch that now because you guys just recommended it. Because I'm like, I seen the trailer and stuff, but I'm like, but now I'll give it a shot.
The
So
art
this is what it is,
really
Andy.
fun. Oh, yeah, go
Remember
for it.
when we were kids and you would have your block of cartoons and there'd be 2 girl cartoons and 2 boy cartoons, but there had to be some boy stuff in the girl cartoon and some boy stuff in the girl. So that's what it is. It's made for girls, but there's so much lore and mythology and fighting evil in it
Okay.
that it's great. And the music is catchy.
All right. I'll give it a shot.
You will not be disappointed. I was shocked how good it was.
Okay.
was shocked
Cool.
too.
Yeah. I feel like it's got more rewatchability, Fatal J, than Superman.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna put it like this
Catchier
too. I am a K-pop lover because
Oh,
Blackpink. You guys heard of Blackpink?
No.
I've heard the name.
Oh man, don't start watching them if you haven't because you will get addicted. It's just like smoking crack. You'll get addicted. So don't do it. Fatal J said it first. I've warned you. If
How
you
much
watch
crack
a
have you
Blackpink,
smoked, Fatal J? Like, come on.
I know.
Never mind. We're going to move on to the next subject. But congratulations on Ninja Blast. Number 2, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wes, I want to thank you. You helped me get to the level of where Ninja Blast was supposed to be. So thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome.
You played a big role in that. I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you saying something nice, apparently, after I banned you forever, even though you're
sir.
here on the channel.
Yes, sir.
And I invited you back next week, and you turned me down.
I can make next week. So excuse me.
No,
for
I've
saying I
already
can't
invited
make
new people.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's still your fault anyway, Wes, because I told you over the summer I got 2 months off. You can have me anytime you want. Pause.
I went
And
on
you
vacation
never
for a
accept-
month.
Huh?
I went on vacation for a month. I was in
Oh,
America.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
The timings did not work out.
Are you coming back to Texas next week? I mean, this
and-
year?
Nah, that's an expensive vacation.
And somebody from Texas didn't come
Right.
to meet us.
Yeah,
I
you were
know.
supposed to meet us
Dallas.
at
And
Okay,
we were-
okay, y'all, okay. Put Fatal
I
J
was
just out
there.
there in front
I'm
of
just putting you on
everybody.
blast, dude.
Okay, well, put me on blast. I'm supposed to make y'all regret putting me
A
on
Ninja
blast.
Blast?
Watch this. This was the reason why I couldn't go. I was prepping. You know what I was prepping for? A freaking
Tough Mudder?
colonoscopy.
A
A
colonoscopy.
freaking, yes.
Well, you're not old enough for that. Come on.
Polyps can
I'm
happen
not
at any
old enough
age.
for that, but my doctor said I need to get one. I'm 39 years old. He said I
Oh,
need to get
God.
one. Yeah,
There you
man.
go. I don't feel bad, Fatal J. Like, you could have scheduled your colonoscopy for any time. You just happened to do it on the weekend that I was in America the first time in 7 years.
Bad timing, brother. Bad
It feels like I wasn't prioritized.
Look, man, my body comes first. Look here, I need to get this right.
My
You know
body's
what
a
I mean?
temple.
You treat yours like a tent, like Jimmy Buffett said.
Oh my goodness, this show is quickly going off the rails. That's the way that we like it here. But we do have a sponsor for today's video or live stream. Let's get to it. This will be big for Aaron. Just 1 week remains for Naughty and Nice: The Return on Kickstarter, blazing towards $25,000 with no signs of slowing down. Graham McDonald Comics brings back The Original Bad Girls, written by Dolan Waddick, with art from Murat Michaels and edited by our very own Aaron Sparrow. What starts familiar quickly explodes into chaos as Naughty and Nice are thrown into a wild new world that changes everything. This isn't just a comeback, it's the launch of a brand new series, fully written and ready to roll. But the clock is ticking. When the campaign closes, there are no second chances. Back it now before it's too late. And don't miss the live closeout stream this Saturday, September 13th at 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on Thinking Critical YouTube, with Aaron Drew and special guests breaking down the final push. Search Naughty and Nice on Kickstarter or select the link in the video description. Oh, there we go, Aaron.
Wes, do you need a stock photo of me? Like, are you just grabbing from my Instagram? Aaron Lepresti's not going to be on the closeout stream. My friend Daphne's not going to be on the closeout stream.
I saw that. I'm like, I know where that was taken.
Listen, man, I do what I can. I'm looking for high resolution images. And yes, I have to stalk your Instagram to find a picture of you. I don't want to use the same picture over and over.
That's why people have headshots, Wes, is so that you can.
Well, I feel like you should be compelled to invite Lepresti on for the closeout stream now.
I mean, I'll invite him. Will he show up? I don't know. He's a busy man. He's finishing up Wraith of God. No, you know, Naughty and Nice is great. Like, Drew has really been leveling up as a writer. You know, as we've progressed, I've had to give him less and less notes as an editor. He's really coming into his own, and he's killing it on this series, and he's going to take it in some really interesting places. Murat Michaels is fully committed to this book. He's fully committed to this book. It's you know, and they're doing it. They're doing it the way that I'd eventually like to get to with Kneel Before Doomface, where the book is finished before, you know, you even put it up. You know, that's I think a great goal to aim for. So yeah, I'm really proud of this book. I think he's doing a really good job, and I think yeah, there's no second chances. So guys, jump in, because it's going to be a wild ride.
Now, Aaron, from what I'm seeing and what Drew's given me, it feels like it's a pit-up book. But there's more going on, right?
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on. You know, Drew likes to write really kind of deep psychological stories, and he's really digging into this one. So I think that it's not just a TNA book like so many books on Kickstarter are. It's actually a really well thought out book about assassins and killers and, you know, shadowy underworlds and all the kind of things that we like out of our noir action. So definitely check it out.
Absolutely. The link in the video description. Less than a week left, and obviously join Drew and Aaron next Saturday after the Comics Aficionados, because I'll be sleeping while they're talking about the end of the campaign. Indeed. So, Dylan, yesterday was the big kickoff for my Chiefs. Did you get to watch the game?
Yes, I did, and I have the Chiefs defense on my fantasy team, so I was very upset.
That was a bad choice, dude.
Sucked. Chargers did whatever they wanted. That was pathetic.
It was unfortunate.
Even I watched, and I was super glad to see them lose.
Mahomes. So I'll say this: if I didn't have the Chiefs defense, I would have been rooting for the Chargers as well. Who cares about the Chiefs? But seeing as I do have their defense, that's very upsetting. They're so bad. Mahomes just missing every deep ball. Man, it's just.
What are you, like some type of huge Tom Brady fan?
No.
I am.
The only guy that can break all of his records is Patrick Mahomes.
Well, if he plays like he did yesterday, he's not breaking shit. He
was pretty darn good. I don't know if you know.
He was after like the first quarter. The first quarter, yes. he had like two deep balls.
He was getting tackled and like underarming balls and chucking balls down the field.
Dude, that play where he's parallel with the earth and getting hit by three dudes and throws it forward perfectly to his receiver was crazy. The stuff he can do sometimes is insane. But that was... Man, I can't believe how good the Chargers looked.
Yeah,
I did not.
And you guys
don't have to rub it in.
And you guys aren't getting all the calls. It sounds if that felt like a statement game. They're like, for once, the Chiefs aren't getting all the calls because they dragged your corpse to the Super Bowl last year, and you guys got butt fucked by the Eagles.
Dude, that's what my daughter said.
So now they're like, we're not making that mistake this year.
Oh, was T Swift not there? So the calls didn't all go their way.
Is Travis Swift playing?
Listen, I just wanted to talk about the opening of the season. I'm not looking for a fucking pile-on here, guys.
Suck it, Chiefs. Suck it.
Hey, Wes.
We had a bad week.
Wes, I'm a Dallas fan, so I've been having pile-ons forever.
Andy Smith, you is my brother forever. I love you, man. Dallas Cowboys forever.
That's right.
Hey, we the toughest fans in the world because our record.
I don't know,
It's
man. If you
nuts.
play in Philadelphia and score a touchdown, they didn't like how you did it. They might just chuck a battery at you.
Man,
Jesus.
I'm in Boston, and young people have the hottest time comprehending how we're losing and not going to the Super Bowl every year. It's like, you kids are so spoiled. You have no idea what just happened. It doesn't
Oh.
That
happen
was
all
more
the time.
exciting than the Chiefs game last night, though. I was hanging out with Chris Gore and Verbal Riot and Polly from Latino Slant, Alan Ng last night for Chris Gore's birthday party,
Jealous.
and we were way more pumped about the return of AJ Lee to WWE. That got us going more than anything in the game.
Oh.
Although that guy doing the slide on the field was pretty good. That got a pop from the bar crowd.
So AJ Lee's coming back to fight the man.
Yep.
Eh,
She looks
used to be
great
able to
too.
do that.
Like I hope she's knocked the ring rust off because she looks fantastic.
well, I'm glad you're excited, Aaron.
I am.
Should I shit all over everything that you love?
You could try it. I mean, you try it all the time, but it never really seems to work. I'm still flying the flag for Gremlins 2.
Gremlins too.
Oh.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate the site. Aaron is under this weird, I don't even know what it is, this delusion that Gremlins 2 even comes close to Gremlins 1, but he thinks it's better.
Far more enjoyable.
Hold on, Gremlins 2 is better than 1.
Exactly.
Thank
That's
you,
all you
Jay.
needed to
Thank you.
That's all we needed to know, Aaron.
Gremlins 2, the one when they was in the mall.
Yeah, in the big Daniel.
Yeah,
Craig
that
building.
was way bigger and better. That was way bigger.
The dude that was in the Snyderverse cult is backing you up.
That's right.
You know what though? I'll take it.
The guy
It's
that
just-
said
if I get Dylan
Batman
on
v
my
Superman was the best movie of all times is backing you up.
if I get Dylan on my side, I'm golden.
Dylan, have you seen Gremlins 2?
No, I have not.
Have you seen Gremlins?
Gremlins 2 had
Nope.
Hulk Hogan, right? Hulk Hogan was in.
Oh,
Hulk Hogan's in Gremlins 2. Yeah, in one version of it. If you saw it in the theaters, it's Hulk Hogan, and then if you see the TV version, it's a John Wayne movie. Like John Wayne shows up in it.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
I don't remember Hulk Hogan, so I must not have seen it in theater.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan was in there. He was in there.
Oh.
Yeah, instead of the video, shorting out and then them being in a John Wayne movie, what happened in the theatrical release was they ruined the film. Like it actually looks like the film breaks.
Right,
People in
yeah.
theater were actually upset.
Flash, what up, baby?
Wait, why did they change it?
Because
For
for TV, they felt like it didn't make sense the joke didn't make sense because they fooled the audience into thinking that the film broke. And they were like, oh, well, how do we do that for TV? So for TV, they did it like, you basically like the feed got interrupted, but then they put up the screen that's like, oh, technical difficulties, but it has a gremlin on it. So like the joke doesn't work the same.
Okay.
Even Yellow Flash is under the delusion that Gremlins 2 is even a decent movie.
Because
You know
It
what?
doesn't
I
even-
will go on. You know what? Yellow Flash, invite me on. We will go through Gremlins 2 and we will prove Wes
My
wrong.
Goodness.
No,
And,
you guys
and
are
I get
crazy.
I get a ton of crap because I say that Raimi's Spider-Man 3 is the superior Spider-Man movie. And
Well, thank you for
exactly-
uniting everybody against you, Sully.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
Sully,
the dumbest
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
thing
there's
I've
no
ever
way.
heard.
You're wrong, sir.
And see,
Individual
that's what I
case-
love. The chat is divided, but then Sully
Did that
will say
man
something
really
that
say
is completely
Spider-Man
unassailable.
3?
Yeah.
He really
I
just say
said it in a
Spider-Man
minute.
3.
What?
And your taste is horrible to mine, and I got horrible
Yeah.
taste.
No, I didn't say that.
No.
Sully said that.
I
I would never say
love
that.
Spider-Man 3. It's great. I started on mushrooms, and let me tell
Oh,
you
wow.
that subway
Yeah,
fight
nice.
scene with Sandman would blew my mind, literally.
All right, that is fair. That is fair. If you saw it on mushrooms, I
Yeah, that'll
totally
change
understand.
everything.
Yeah.
It was great, man. I had a good time. It was fun.
Dylan,
No.
did you see Spider-Man 3?
Yes, I've seen Spider-Man 3.
And is it the
It's
worst
easily
Spider-Man
the-
movie ever?
No, it's not the worst Spider-Man movie ever. It's the worst of the Raimi trilogy.
Yeah.
But
it's worse than Amazing Spider-Man 2?
At least in Spider-Man 3.
no,
Peter
Amazing
has
Spider-Man 2 is
humor.
worse than Spider-Man 3.
That's what I'm yeah.
I mean,
Oh, you
Yeah.
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think
Hold on, say that
that was
again.
the worst Electro you could have come up with.
Amazing
Oh,
Spider-Man
terrible.
2
That
is
movie
worse
was
than
awful.
Raimi 3?
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah, no, Dylan's right.
Nah.
There's still like Amazing Spider-Man 3 is not a. I mean, Spider-Man 3 is not a good movie, but there's still some good stuff in there. There's still some like
yeah.
specs where you can be like, oh, you can see. You
There's
can see
usually
Raimi
nuggets of-
trying before all the
Dylan,
studio
you mean to tell me
interference.
this? You mean you like this?
Heck yeah. I mean, at least
Like
Peter
That
had a
is
sense
more
of-
endearing and better
Peter
than
had a
everything in
sense of
Amazing Spider-Man
humor.
2.
You know,
Yeah,
like
it's way better
Spider-Man
than
2
Andrew Garfield's like herky jerky kind of. He's actually
That
worse than the
also
first
is
one.
cultural impact. What cultural impact did Amazing Spider-Man 2 have? Nothing.
You know, Peter should have been quipping while he was thwipping in Spider-Man 2. He didn't make one joke at Doc Ock's expense, and I thought that was so off target. And I can't deny
Spider-Man
it.
2 is the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
I agree.
Agreed.
I agree.
But I also agree with Sully's point. There was not enough quipping in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Then there was quipping in the Amazing
Tobey
Spider-Man
Maguire's
movies, but
not
it
a
just wasn't
quipper.
funny. You make him then he's not Spider-Man.
Well,
You're
that's
he
a
was
casting
quipping.
issue. That's on Sam
Yeah.
Raimi. That's not on the movie.
They're
Yeah, that's when the
releasing
writing
the,
and stuff, yeah.
extended cut for Spider-Man 2 for the first time ever in theaters at the end of the month also.
Is it going to have
Wait,
more
there's
quipping?
an extended
Wait,
cut.
really?
Yeah, there's an extended cut that's only ever been on like DVD and Blu-ray, and now it's going to be in theaters at the end of the month.
Really?
It's called like
Oh,
Spider-Man 2.1.
I might have to go check that out.
Who gets the
Yeah,
lion's
right.
share of that money, Sony or Disney?
Probably Sony, I'd assume.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
we'll
would
go
guess.
Disney.
Hey, I hope y'all guys don't wreck me. Chat don't wreck me, but I love the Tom Holland trilogy.
Oh, I
The
like
second
it.
one, the second one sucks, but I like the
Yeah,
1 and
the
3.
first one, the
I
first-
think they all good.
They're all
I like
good.
them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
It
them
took me
all.
by surprise. I
I
watched
didn't like
them all.
Mysterio at all.
I watched them all. I saw No Way Home at the movie theater with a bunch of cats I met through all these live streams. Then I had to go back and watch Homecoming and Far From Home, and I was like, "There's nothing wrong with these movies. What are people bitching about? This
Yeah,
is
they good.
fun." I mean, Michael
Yeah, I like
Keaton really nailed it, and as the Vulture. Yeah, it wasn't comics accurate, but MCU has not been comics accurate since day one. So it's
Right on.
just its own thing.
They used to try harder though to at least make it familiar to the comics
Right.
before they started telling the the people working on the films, make sure you don't read the comics. Louis Esposito doesn't like it if you know the comics. And it's like, yeah, no shit, that explains that Agent Carter show.
Oh,
Awful.
Fatal J like Agent Carter. He's going to take
I like
exception to that.
Yes, I do.
I got two big reasons why I like Agent Carter. I'll tell you that.
that's
Oh,
right.
you guys are terrible. Jagrod says, so I just watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I don't get why can't other media comics make us care about characters like spin-off to a game?
Edge Runners was great. Now
That's a
that's
good anime.
something you should watch, Wes.
That's a good anime. It's really good.
Edge
I'll
Runners
watch
is
Edge
really
Runners
good.
if you watch Demon Hunters.
No deal.
No, no trades.
No. Go
So
watch
it's
Edge
it's pretty dope. Is that one on
Yeah.
the Netflix?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dope, man. You'll like it.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's really good.
Do I need to have watched the video or played the video game?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
not at all.
Oh, cool.
Because I've read a couple of the comic books, but I've never really gotten into them.
It's just
Yeah,
in the setting, but it has nothing to do with the other ones.
It's in the world, but it has nothing to do with the characters from the game or anything. It's
Yeah.
just set in that world. It's really good though. I like Edge Runners a lot.
They coming out with a
Season
another
2,
one.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's a show, not a movie.
Yeah, it's a show.
Is it
It's a
kid
show.
friendly? Can I watch it with?
No,
the
it
little
is not
kids?
kid friendly.
It's
No.
not for kids.
I'm gonna watch it with my 4-year-old.
Yeah,
No.
Don't do that.
Okay.
No. Don't do it.
It was a late night watching. And then he says, I feel Jay right now is out Bateman instead of Batman. We need Miles Morales Spidey, and we are getting Jay Spider-Man.
Hey, those Bateman commercials, did y'all like those? That was
Yeah.
cool.
They were fun, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
fun.
like that.
Best Batman villains we've ever had put to screen.
Hey, that Joker,
Yes.
that was probably
Yeah.
the best live action Joker I've seen.
Better than Heath.
No, I'm not talking about acting. I'm just talking about visuals. It looked just like the Joker out the comics.
Right. It was the
Yeah,
most
but which
comic
Joker?
accurate.
Like Jim Lee's Joker?
It had that Jim Lee Joker look.
Where he had the spiky hair and all that good stuff?
Kinda, yeah.
'Cause I don't
Did
get
you
American
see the
commercials here, so I'm aware that there
Oh.
was commercials, but I haven't seen them.
Yeah,
Oh,
you need
you
to
too, man.
Google it, man. That Joker was spot on, man. Very spot on.
Yeah.
Are you okay with being called Spider-Man?
Spooderman.
As
Spooderman.
long as people donate me breakfast burritos, because right now my wife is asleep and she's not doing no cooking. And I don't want to disrespect her because if I wake her up right now, you'll probably see a tea kettle or something.
You're in
being thrown
Texas,
in.
man. All you need to do is go to the gas station.
That's true. See, you know your stuff.
I love Texas, man.
Uber
Whataburger.
Eats.
We got Buc-ee's, man.
Dude, when I lived in Alaska, I used to get reindeer breakfast burritos. They were delicious.
Yes, sir. I had one of those.
Wow.
I'm. If y'all don't know, this is Comics Aficionados. I can't still say that word. I'm a burrito aficionado.
Burrito Africanado. Beautiful.
Africanado.
Jagger says Exo Man of War Iron Man in heavy metal was the game.
Yeah. Sega Genesis, was it?
I don't know.
That was one of those
Neo-
crossovers
Neo
that
Geo?
blew my mind at the time. I was like, I can't believe this
Andy
is
Smith, I got a question for you, sir. When you was doing Exo Man of War and Iron Man, was Jim Shooter still a part of that company?
No, he wasn't a part of it when I started on EXO. Before that, he was already out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm seeing Sega Saturn, PlayStation, and Game Boy, and Game Gear. So it would have been right after Sega Genesis was the really big thing.
Yeah. I went right to PlayStation. I went from Sega Genesis. I bought a Sega Genesis with my first adult paycheck. I went right to FEO Schwartz and bought a Sega Genesis and NHL PA 93.
Wow.
And then I got Madden 93 for Christmas. And I'm like, And Sonic the Hedgehog was a great game.
Eric, that was a special time. You remember getting your PlayStation and then you got those PlayStation magazines?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm older school than that. I had like the Nintendo Power subscription, so.
I bet you had the Power Glove too, didn't you?
No, I never got
That's the
Power
most
Glove because-
disappointing controller ever. It never worked.
See, even though I didn't know Wes at the time, I felt his disappointment through the universe, and I never picked one up.
It was absolutely awful. But this is how old I was on Sega Genesis. When I bought Madden, it was just called Madden Football.
Oh,
There was
wow.
never plans for a sequel. It was, I think, the second NFL game that came out, and it was the one that ended up winning out. But Sega Genesis is still, in my opinion, like the greatest game console of all times. Three buttons is all you need.
Sonic
Oh, that would
jumped
make
the
it nice
world
and
together,
simple,
man.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Playing
Yeah, can you
Sonic
imagine
together.
Dylan trying to play a Sega Genesis? Like, what about? Where's AB? Where's X? Where's the square?
Dylan, you
You're all fucking lost.
Dylan, you must be a young guy.
I am younger, but also I've never been a controller guy, mouse and keyboard. So that's never been my thing in the first place.
Wow.
Dylan is
PC
part
guy.
of the PC master
You don't
race.
care about the form factor and the way it feels in your hand?
Could not care less. I don't care about controllers. Mouse and keyboard all the way.
Damn.
Man. I think
God,
a
you are the
PlayStation-
biggest nerd on this panel, aren't you?
Mhm.
Next level.
Dude,
Hey, we
I
need to get
appreciate
him a fucking crown. He just
Yeah.
wears it until
That's
somebody
right.
says something.
from Burger King.
Dude, I would like it if Dylan came on with like a crown. That'd be amazing.
Hey,
And a scepter in a
PC
case.
guy, but I still need a controller for my PC. So this dude right here is next level. He's next level.
Nah, the only game I played with just a mouse and a keyboard was Oregon Trail. And maybe Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Ah, classic. See, I've
I mean,
played both those.
I played a lot of World of Warcraft and Old Republic on the keyboard. But
Hey,
Just gotta play
Oregon
some
Trail,
Counter Strike.
Oregon Trail was peak on the PC on computer when we was kids. Because everybody
Trail.
waited to get to that stage where you shoot the animals.
Oh,
The first time I played it, there was no graphics. So when you wanted to shoot, you had to type the word like bang over and over. Or
Really?
Yeah, it was like 5 different versions of the word,
Holy
but you had to
crap.
type them over and over and over. And then it would say, you shot 2 buffalo and a rabbit. You have now 95 pounds of meat. But then the next iteration, you got to walk around rocks and shoot bears and stuff.
Yeah, that's the one I played.
Yeah. I guess I'm showing how old I am.
I remember in Red Dead Redemption, the first time I got attacked by a mountain lion, like just pulled me off my horse, scared the living shit out of me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're like desperately trying to get your gun, like, oh man, it's good times.
Calb says, how do you deal with death threats all week? Because I've been getting them from shippers over one disagreement about a cartoon.
Oh, see, Callum, now I want to know what that is. And I want to know what first of all, tell
He says
shippers-
it in the next super chat, by
Oh,
the
does he?
way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because shippers are the worst people on the planet. Like if you don't
Okay,
honor
well,
their
let's get
ships-
to the one with the details. He says the cartoon in question was the last Airbender sequel, Legend of Korra, where they made characters gay at the last minute. I said with more growth between this boy and girl, it could have worked.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that-
definitely going to get death threats.
Legend of Korra was very disappointing because Last Airbender is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's great. And then they did Legend of Korra, which had some good stuff in it. And then season 4 was terrible. And they randomly shoehorned in a lesbian romance. And it was really bad. That season was terrible.
How do you deal with death threats, Dylan?
You just water off your back, dude. You've been on the
Ignore it?
internet for that long. It's just whatever. That's just part of it.
Water off your
It's
back.
nothing.
would say, you know,
It's
at
not
least
real.
Screenshot.
Bunch of
document
fake
stuff.
retards on the internet saying this stuff. It's not real.
Yeah, it's like, look, these people don't have any, like, even if they could find you, they don't have the money to get there. So
Right.
it's like, they're just a bunch of, look, they're sitting in their houses and they're whacking it to, cartoons. Like, they're not to be worried about.
This is how I do it. When I send out like social media posts for the most part, I immediately mute them so I get no notifications.
Oh, there you go.
It's easier that way.
I also
Because,
have my X account set to filter out low quality replies. So anybody that like has a cartoon avatar, low follower count, like they kind of get like filtered out. And the only way to see them is if you ever actually like go into the thread and scroll down, then you can see them, but it will never notify you. So
That
most of the
makes
time,
sense.
don't even-
I thought you
wow.
hated me for 2 years.
yes.
Yeah.
If there's
No,
something that
Sully,
personifies low quality reply, it's Sully.
Totally.
Get that guy out of here.
Wicked piss up.
But yeah, just ignore it. Adjust some of your settings on your social media so it filters out some of the crap. And if it's bothering you too much, just mute the thread itself, and you won't get notifications, and you'll forget about it in 12 hours.
What are you talking about, Wes? You've never had an online stalker.
If I do, I have no idea.
There you go.
But that's the beautiful thing is that like I love how little you care. Like it just doesn't, people ask me all the time, when's Wes gonna? And I'm like, Wes doesn't give a shit.
It's like what Khan said to Joaquin in Star Trek 2. Let them eat static.
Yeah, Sully and I have fun with it because we like poking dumb animals, but like, just see what they do. But
Wes, between his 9 hours of podcast that I have to produce every week, the 2 hour and a half hour live stream that I do, and then the other 6 videos that I have to produce during the week, is working about 60 hours, and I just don't have time for it. Because I also have,
dad to
3 little
boys,
kids and a
too.
wife and
Yeah.
and all that good stuff going on. So
Online
you have
drama's
to
weak.
pick and choose your battles. I have chosen to battle with the YouTube algorithms.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right on.
And then Calum says there's a Gremlins Netflix series prequel.
Oh, great, because that
prequel.
always works.
Yeah. Run right out.
Is this like a cartoon or something? Is it already out?
Oh. Mm.
Or is this like
I
playing?
mean, why do we need to know the origins of Gizmo?
He's a
Because it
Mogwai
starts with
dude.
Gizmo, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to. We got Grogu now. Don't nobody give a freak about.
Wow.
No, come on. No. Everybody already forgot about Grogu because
I was gonna say, I think that's actually passed.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's more
Really
little
quick.
cute. It's more little cute.
I don't think it's
stuff now.
Netflix. It says Gremlins: The Wild Batch, new
Baby-
season on Max.
Baby Yoda's a surly teen. I mean, look what they did to Baby Groot.
That's right.
But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I do love the concept of Gremlin because you take something cute and then you watch it transform into something nasty and it just destroys everything it sees. That was an amazing concept.
I had no idea that this cartoon existed. I might try to see if I can
didn't know it
dupe the
existed.
kids into watching it. 'Cause
I
me
never
some
tried
Gremlins.
it because I saw the guy that was doing it online, and he was running his mouth online. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a cartoon that's just like Gremlins stuffed with a bunch of his personal activism.
See,
So I don't know if
that's
that's true,
why
but I
ignoring
like it.
helps. I had no idea. There we go. And then he says, "Does Sam Raimi hate MJ?"
Maybe.
He made me hate MJ.
His MJ was terrible.
What's wrong with this MJ?
She's a terrible person.
She's awful.
It's awful
She's just
throughout
the worst.
all those movies.
I couldn't wait. Like I was hoping that Green Goblin would come back and give her the Gwen Stacy
Get her.
treatment.
Hashtag Team Ursula. That's why
So
3 rules.
selfish. She is.
She's a literal fucking model, man. What do you want? She's just supposed to give up everything for some fucking pizza delivery boy? He better
She's
rise
just supposed
the
to be a
occasion.
decent person.
That's what
Yeah,
makes
there
her
That's
you
where
honest,
the
dude.
bar is.
She's
She couldn't
fucking
get
model.
there.
I had no problems with Mary Jane in those movies. She's fine.
I had a problem with her.
Is she as great as that Ursula lady? No, because she didn't give him cake.
Why
That's
are
right.
they so
Mhm.
opposed to casting like a model beautiful MJ? Why is that such a problem?
How?
Like, she's
how
not
in
supposed to
what
be the
world is
girl next
Kirsten
door.
Dunst not an attractive woman?
Back
I'm not saying
then,
she's not an attractive woman. Like there is the part in the movie where it's where
The
Norman
rain.
is saying to Harry, like, broom her and treating her like she's dirt. And it's like, I don't look at Kirsten Dunst and James Franco and think that they are on disparate levels of attractiveness. Like you
No.
wouldn't see them together and be like, why is she with that guy? Or why is that guy with her? Like, you
Right.
wouldn't do that. So, she's at that level, but she's not at MJ level. She's not, I don't think you look at her and think supermodel. Although I will say
She's not hot.
the best that she's ever looked is that first Spider-Man movie. And then they kind of like water her down throughout. Like she gets progressively like worse makeup, worse hair, worse outfits. They just don't do her justice anymore.
I thought Bring It On was pretty good. Come on.
Exactly. Bring It On was a fucking classic, dude.
Isn't Eliza Dushku in Bring It On?
Yeah.
So if
Oh,
Eliza
Eliza
Dushku's on screen, I'm not going to see Kirsten Dunst at all.
Right. That's the point.
Mhm.
Caleb says the rainbow flag mob and the Voltron people swooped in. I hope there's a place in hell for shippers. I really do, because it hurts.
Well, you look at it this way. The She-Ra people are kind of quiet these days, and they didn't come after you.
They're going to get that movie any day now, Sully. Any day now that movie's happening.
Well, I'm sorry that you ended up letting it affect your mood and maybe how you're feeling and everything. But
Yes.
Just-
if
just-
you
you just gotta
engage
be-
too much in that online stuff, if you people will try to break you.
yeah.
Colin, you just got to be like Carl on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You just got to see those responses and those death threats come in, and you just got to go, it don't matter. None of this matters.
block button, man. It's a beautiful thing. Block and mute.
Yeah.
The best 2
Mute.
buttons known to man.
There you go.
And then he says, then I showed facts of the controversy behind the scenes and how they replaced writers in abuse, and they still didn't buy it.
Oh, they're never going to buy it.
No,
that
you're
wasn't.
never
They
gonna-
didn't come here for an honest discussion. That's where
No.
you're missing the point.
Yeah, you can't argue with lunatics. They dig
Yeah,
in.
they're
and
just
it-
there
like-
to shame you.
It's
Have
like
you ever seen the Family Guy clip where it's like arguing with a Democrat and the guy's on the couch with the donkey and he's like, "What are you talking about? Of course Kevin Bacon was in Footloose," and he's like, "No, you're wrong." And then it's like he's like, "No, he was on the cover of like Time magazine," and he's like, "Prove it." And he's like, "I don't have to prove it. Everybody knows Kevin Bacon was in Footloose." And the donkey's just like, "No." And that's who you're arguing with. Is those kind of people.
Yeah, I remember the first time I realized all this stuff was when the Last Jedi came out, and I like put out a post. I was like, man, I was severely disappointed in this movie. I don't think I'm going to see another Star Wars movie again. And all of a sudden, like I was attacked by like 80 people that I'd never, and they're all telling me, "Oh, you'll be there. You just try to do this and that." And I was like, oh, these people are trying to like isolate me and make me think that I'm crazy.
And that was before I knew you, and I said the same thing. I said I will never pay to see another Disney Star Wars movie again, and I have not. So it's like, "Oh, you'll be there." No, I won't, because I'm not a brainwashed little, I'm not like just, hey, that, oh my, you served me a turd. Oh, I'm so mad that you did that. Well, I'll just wait for the next turd.
Yep,
Like,
just
you know,
like
it's
that,
this
man.
is my-
There's
you
still
know,
a
I
little
want that.
demi glaze on there, dude.
Ooh, maybe a brulee, turd brulee.
But he says, but aside, Daredevil and Thor's hot sister will be in Marvel Rivals.
Really?
Okay.
Angela's coming to Rivals? Or
Which Daredevil? Is it the real Daredevil or is it the
Mrs.
the
Daredevil?
female Daredevil?
Hey, those gangs are hard as freak. I've been trying to, do my thing on there. I can't win a single match. Or is it? It might be because I suck, though. I could suck.
Do you have a clan or a guild or something that we can join?
No,
Oh,
it's just me. You guys play?
no.
Oh,
Dylan,
It's
can you
hard,
please
man.
explain to Fatal J how to win in Marvel Rivals?
how do you win?
Uninstall.
How many is it guys in that mom's basement all day just playing this game or what?
So, Dylan, you're one of those bougie people that thinks mobile gaming is beneath him.
Yeah, this isn't a mobile game though.
It's not a mobile game. I thought you got it on
No.
your
No,
phone.
it's a
No.
PC.
No, it's a full. It's an Overwatch clone. I hate Overwatch. I'm not into
Oh.
those type of games. I'm more into like Counter Strike. I'm not into
I mean, you can play it on
Overwatch
console.
style. Those hero shooters. I don't care for those type of games.
You can play it on console though, Jay. It's you can download it on PlayStation, and I don't know about Switch and Xbox, but I know it's
Yeah,
on
I have it
PlayStation.
on Steam.
Mhm. I
Dude, you
downloaded
should
it
just
and played
quit
it for
playing
the-
that one and play
Well-
Marvel versus Capcom and be happy again.
Oh yeah, that's the classic. I always keep that in the rotation.
There's
See
a
right there though,
side-scrolling-
you're playing on PC with a controller. You're playing a shooter on PC with a controller. So there's your first issue. Of course, you're getting shit on.
There's a speaking of Marvel versus Capcom, it's not from the same company, but from the company that did that great Shredder's Revenge side-scrolling beat 'em up. That
Yeah.
you know,
That's a
They're-
good
they're-
game.
they got them. Yeah, it's a really good game, and if you're a Turtles fan, like your mind will be blown by some of the characters that show up in there. They spared no expense. They went for everybody. But they're doing a Marvel game that looks phenomenal. That's a side scroller. So it's like if you like
Okay.
the old Konami X-Men game, it's like in that kind of vein, but like with some Shredder's Revenge thrown in and just like a lot of deep cuts and a lot of different characters, looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm more of a beat 'em up guy because when it comes to those shoot 'em ups and you play online, those people always destroy me. Like they don't even let me do one step in the game without sniping me or something.
Oh, dude, if
hate
we
that.
were playing GoldenEye back in the day, I would have shot you. I would have run to the next place where you respawn. I would have shot you again. I would have ran to the next place where you respawn.
No,
I would have
Wes, what
shot
you
you
do-
again.
What you do is you throw the mines at all the respawn points, and then you make sure that you're the first person to get a kill, and then your enemy keeps popping up at the respawn points and immediately getting killed, and you just rack them up.
Yes.
And GoldenEye was a classic, man. I love that game.
Yeah.
Straight up classic.
That might be the best video game I've ever played.
And me too, man.
That or Mario Kart, which is also very addictive. What's the
My
look,
wife
Dylan?
loves
You don't like Mario Kart? You're above
No,
that too?
I like Mario Kart.
You too cool for the Rainbow Bridge?
Dylan, is
Nothing
you
wrong
one of
with
them
Mario
guys?
Kart.
Is you one of them young kids that hate everything? Like you like Joker? You just want to see the world burn.
I never said nothing bad about Mario Kart.
You gave me a look. I saw the side eye, dude.
Dylan,
No.
is you the type of guy that'll rob a bank and then when you get home you'll set the money on fire? Is you one of those type of guys?
I don't believe so. No.
He's a
okay.
Joe. Federico de la Casa. I read ASM 750 and it was surprisingly good. Strange. So ASM 750 would have come out like
A couple of years ago.
15 years ago?
Well, the way Marvel puts them out, it probably was last week because like they
Because
put
this
out
week is ASM 975.
975, another oversized book from Nick Lowe and Company. I mean, they've had so many oversized milestone books in the past 2 years. It's like,
And
oh,
then,
God.
but there's
Yeah.
also Doctor Strange 450.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he means that he read ASM 975, right? It's got to be.
That's a hell of a typo.
Yeah. There's a 75 in there. But
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of okay. It wasn't exactly as good as ASM has been as of late, Sully. But we got the big
I'm
reveal of who
enjoying it.
Spider-Man is.
I thought ASM was at 11,975. It was half of a good issue because everything else after the Joe Kelly stuff was just so superfluous and unnecessary, and it was just there to bump up the page count and to justify what it was at a $7.99 cover price for another milestone because it releases twice a month. So we just had the milestone 950, and we're on our march to 1,000, which is going to be even bigger and more expensive with more creators. But I got to say, I loved the Pepe Larraz space stuff. His art is impeccable. But me, I'm an old school Bronze Age baby. And I absolutely loved the Manhattan stuff with John Romita Jr. and Scott Hanna. His camera work is it continually amazes me. I loved it.
Wes, I got
Hater Dave does not agree with you, dude.
Wes, I got to put a chat up on the screen because I
Okay.
think this is a great idea. there should be a Thinking Critical Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournament, and I am down. I'm down for that.
I'm down too.
Let's go.
I don't know, man. That seems like something that should be on the Real Comic Book Gamer. I don't even know how to stream games.
You press
It's
the button
easy,
on
man.
your PlayStation 4 controller. On your DualShock 4, you press
I
the
don't have a
button. there.
PlayStation 4. I have a
Dylan says you're
PlayStation
wrong,
3.
Sully. He doesn't even know. He's like, what are you talking about? DualShock controller, what?
But I don't know. I thought about getting a Thinking Critical Fantasy Football League together, and I didn't do that. And that would have been much easier for me.
That's easy to
would've been
do.
fun.
Yeah. But then we have HH and Sigma Comics. Shout out to the Thinking Critical team from Terracon, Massachusetts. Andy, Fatal J, Andy and Praga. We're the first guys I met in comics. Support your favorite comic channel. Hit like, subscribe, and grab some comics on the site. All right.
This
So
man said he
you've
don't
also ran
sell
into
fish.
HH, Andy?
What's that?
So you've also ran into HH?
Oh yeah,
And-
met him back. I think before he was either before the first issue of his
comes
book came
Calico.
out, or it was right after. So it's been a few years. Yeah, he's a good
Calico.
cat.
He's a great guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
Oh,
I got his latest trade. He hooked
Uh-huh.
me up out in San Diego, so looks great, and it's always it's for a good cause. So
I'm gonna get to hang out with him in New York in a couple weeks.
yeah, cool.
You're gonna get to hang out with AL too, dude.
Oh yeah, because that's AL's stomping grounds. I always see her at New York, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, she sent us freaking donuts in
In Dallas, yeah, she
Cupcakes.
got us. She spiked
Well,
our
they were
blood sugar
cupcakes,
so
yeah.
that we could make it through. Yeah.
I
I'm
got
so
like a
happy.
German chocolate cupcake.
Yeah, I'm
It
so
was
happy you got
amazing.
the German chocolate
See,
one.
Wes
Yeah.
still thinks about that cupcake. Like it is, he's. I just imagine Wes like toiling away, making his videos, lining up his podcast topics, and then he'll just like lean back and just think about that German chocolate.
Ooh,
cupcake.
real buttercream, coconut, chocolate.
I love German
Oh.
chocolate cake, and they just don't have them here. Unless maybe I was in Manila, but it'd been like 8 or 9 years. It made an impact, no doubt about it. And hope you are enjoying yourself at Terracon. HH, definitely go and check out. Here Comes Calico. He's got it in manga format, regular collected editions, and he's a really good guy and friend of the channel. So I guess
some weekend when he's not at a con, but that's so rare.
yes, it would be very difficult to find a weekend. He probably has like 6 weekends off a year or something like
That
that.
dude works so hard.
Yeah.
Yes. He goes
Oh,
on
he
tour
does.
when it comes to Comic Cons.
Yeah.
I didn't know
HH
people
is
did
great.
that.
Like if HH had time, like he could do like an inspirational channel where he just like goes on and encourages you, because that
Yeah.
guy is like so hardworking and so like every time I'm like around him, like I'm charged up. I feel pumped up.
Yeah.
Like, because he gets you going and he like, he makes you feel it. And if you're having a bad time at a show, like, because everybody has what I call the valley of despair. Like, you have your really good interactions and you have your rushes where people are, but you have those points at the table where like people are just walking by and could not care less to even look at you. And, you say hi to people and they just go like, and you're just like, what am I doing here? There's none of that with HH. HH will get you pumped back up.
And if you don't respond, he'll just slap the crap out of you because he's tough.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because he used to be a fighter. He was a
Boxer,
fighter.
He
MMA.
might
Oh,
still
I
be.
think he's still a fighter.
I think he's actually
'cause he's still
Calico
got a
himself, dude.
Probably. But we did have a pretty big comic book of note this week, only the 4th #1 Batman issue in the 85-year history of Batman himself, with Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez. It's kind of weird timing because the other Batman series hasn't finished. The Jim Lee, Jeff Loeb stuff is still going on. But I guess we're moving forward in time. And one of my personal favorite artists, Jorge Jimenez, obviously sticking on here. Matt Fraction, I'm more negative about him, but he does tend to start things pretty well. And what did you think about this one, Andy? I like kind of returning Batman maybe to a little bit more of a loner style character, and the art certainly pops. I love the big blue logo.
Yeah, I mean, when Jorge first posted his original designs and stuff, and this was starting to, the hype machine was starting to talk about it, I was excited for it. I put it on my my list, so I made sure I could get the cover I wanted and stuff. Art-wise, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, I love Jorge's stuff. He does a great job of mixing in big shots, but his storytelling is real nice and on point. Story-wise, I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, Killer Croc escaped. Okay, cool. There's going to be some big slapdown or something. Instead, they just talked. He talked it out.
But
He
it
even
didn't
took his
suck.
mask off. You
Yeah.
know, and now I haven't read Batman on a monthly basis in years. So I was a little thrown when he took his mask off sitting next to Killer Croc. I don't know if that was something that I was like, whoa, that's out of the blue, or if it's just kind of standard Batman where, you know, now he sits down, he's like, let's have a chat. Tell me about your feelings.
It was kind of like a subtle nod to the fact that, you know, because we get the beginning of the issue where he's talking about, you know, like Batman is adamant that people don't really change.
Right.
And then in that moment when he sees that there is actually a change going on with Croc, there is something legitimate happening, he actually changes by taking his mask off and sitting down and having a conversation with him. So it was like a very kind of like subtle nod to the fact that, you know, yeah, you know, not only is Batman smart enough to recognize, you know, the better way to handle a situation instead of just going in there and trying to beat the crap out of Croc, you know, he actually listens and understands and then sits down and has a moment with him. But he also does something that's very out of character, proving that, you know, there can be change within these things. And I think that was kind of the point. I think that what Matt Fraction is trying to say is that like he's going to kind of, you know, evolve the character and maybe do some different things with him, which I think we need. So I don't think it was a great issue, but I think it was a good solid issue. And I will say this, when all of Batman's dialogue, I could hear Kevin Conroy. And if you make me hear Kevin Conroy, then I think your dialogue is pretty good.
Oh, cool. I thought for first issue, there should just be more action in it. The story, I was like, okay, agree. But I could see that around issue 3 or 4. In my mind, you're trying to hook people in, and I can see your point, Aaron, with, you know, why he took the mask off and stuff. But, you know, I was going one way thinking, all right, there'll be some fighting or something at least. And the most action was him beating up those punks in the park that were messing with those 2 chicks.
And Andy, that went by quick. Yeah. It was like a kick, punch, headlock, and it was over.
Well, it should be though. He did
hit that guy with the car. You know, it was
several guys in the car.
Yeah, clearly Matt Fraction has played some Arkham Asylum or Arkham Knight, you know, where you just like are hitting dudes with the car.
I don't know. Besides the art was banging, but the story was because it's stuff that didn't make sense to me. Vandal Savage is the commissioner.
Yeah,
like
that's
you guys talk
from Zdarsky's run. So that's the biggest negatives I have for this, because I agree with Aaron where I thought it was good, not great, but my biggest negatives are continuing the threads that Zdarsky started. Vandal Savage is commissioner because of that dog shit run. It was terrible. You had like some Russian guy that took over the Court of Owls, was working for the Russian government, and he installed Vandal Savage in as the police commissioner. And also Zdarsky had Commissioner Gordon sleep with the mayor's wife and then kill the mayor. So that's why Commissioner Gordon is now a beat cop, and he's trying to
make sense, right? It doesn't make sense that old man is a beat cop.
That's what I was going to say. Hey, dude, that's so close to retirement age, we're bumping you back down to beat cop.
He did retire. He retired I believe around Joker War when like James Gordon Jr. died. He retired around there. And now he came back. He's like, I gotta get in as a beat cop so I can like keep eyes on Vandal Savage, and that's what he said at like the end of Zdarsky's run. Yeah, Zdarsky's run was terrible, and I'm kind of mad that Matt Fraction didn't just go like, we're gonna pretend none of that happened. I wish you would have done that. Instead, he's respecting it, which is disappointing.
But I mean, he'll probably fix it though. Like, you know, we'll give him a chance to fix it, and I think that's what any good writer does. Is, you know, you got to come in and you got to try to make sense of the dog shit you've been handed if you're on a continual run. Would I have liked to have seen him just ignore it? Absolutely. But also as somebody who's like very interested in continuity and in, you know, keeping things going, I respect the fact that like he's going to try to do something with it. You know, you can take the most dog shit idea. Like look at when Jeff Johns came in and was like given the task of fixing Hal Jordan, and he figured out a way to do it beautifully and kind of absorb Hal of all the stuff that they'd had him do. You know, that's the kind of thing that you got to come in. You got to come in and you got to work with what you got.
Yeah,
but this is the thing about me though. When it comes to Vandal Savage is a conqueror, and they made him a freaking commissioner of a police station.
City of Savage. We get City of Bane, City of Riddles, City of Savage now, right?
Yeah, you know, it's going to be everybody gets the city at some point. City of Catwoman, you know.
Well, I thought it was kind of like what Andy was saying in a way, but I liked it a bit more because I feel there are 2 types of issues. Number 1 that we get these days. One, you get a solid issue 1 that opens up the story, or 2, you get the inciting incident of a trade paperback. And I hate those kind of issues, number 1. So this one, I know Zdarsky, I mean, Matt Fraction made a statement saying every issue will be self-contained, but I can already see the connective tissue of the B story, the ninja, what was it said, like ninja dojos everywhere in the background, and then the bringing in a military, police force to support the GCPD. So that's all going somewhere. And but overall, I really like this issue. I like the Batmobile. I like the suit. I like the return to blue and gray. I wish there was just a little bit more yellow besides the utility belt, like that Greg Capullo yellow outline around his bat. If they could have just done a little of that, it's evokes the yellow oval in a bit. One thing I always, I don't know why it stands out to me, but the overuse of the Zipatone filter, it was kind of like everywhere here. So it's like, I love Jorge Jimenez is his line art, but then it's like, I mean, the real star of this book has got to be the digital colorist, because it's like the pages kind of really popped in a way.
Yeah,
and
but part of that's the blue. The blue gives it such a vibrancy to each page. And I was talking about the dialogue a little bit earlier. There's only one point of the dialogue where it took me out of it. It's you've got Croc talking like a child, like a very dumb child, like he's basically like Bizarro, like me am blah blah blah, right? And, which is fine. But then he has a little pithy thing where he says, he has the line to Batman about who's fixing your head, basically, and Batman's like, oh, I'm paraphrasing here, but like, my head doesn't need fixing. And then they have Croc go, if you say so. And it's like, that is completely out of character with the dialogue that you've given him already.
Right.
Because that's like your pithy punchline to like nail your point home. And it should have been something different.
It's supposed to be Croc seeing him through the eyes of a child, when children see things for what they really are and not what you're trying to present. I think that's what he was going for there.
It's definitely what
it didn't work though.
But it worked as a story element, but the line didn't work. Like it was. I'm
gonna tell you guys why it didn't work. Batman. I don't care if Croc got the eyes of a child. Batman doesn't trust anybody. The only time Batman is taking off his mask is around somebody he really trusts. When the last time Batman has taken off his mask in front of a villain?
But if the point of the story is that people can change, then it being somewhat out of character works.
But Batman
R.I.P. He revealed his identity to his girlfriend that completely backstabbed him and everything. So that was kind of a major fuck up. So he does do that. This isn't something new. And this
Batman
was
taking
this
off
was
his
fine.
mask. Batman taking off his mask and having a good child moment with a villain that he don't fought many of years. It just doesn't make sense to me.
But Killer Croc's also somewhat been part of the Bat family every once in a while too.
Yeah, Killer Croc's one of the few villains that like tries to reform and isn't like a straight up psychopath and has, different reasonings for why he's a bad guy.
And
he's in a different state. Yeah, because in this point he's in this different state of mind where he is childlike, and he's got that influence of either his own imagination or AI Alfred, whatever it is, that's influencing him here. So he takes off his mask, and I thought it was fine. I didn't think there was anything wrong with him taking off his mask here.
I just don't think Batman would take off his mask. I just don't think he would.
But also,
I got a different Batman in mind, though.
Croc's been a part of G. Willow Wilson's Poison Ivy for a couple of years now. He's been a major kind of background player on Ivy's team in the swamp, in the Slaughter Swamp. So it's like that's almost two different characters. So Fraction's just doing something completely different with him now.
Yeah, obviously he's been in the Arkham Tower for probably years at this point because he's received all this treatment. They gave him this special thing that's caused him to shed his skin and go through some type of mental transformation. Mm-hmm. I thought the art was easily the high point. I thought the characterization on Batman for the most part was really good. The plot was kind of take it or leave it. I would have gone bigger, or I would have hoped for something bigger for a #1 issue.
Yeah, the art was great, and I liked Fraction's voice for Batman. I love the little conversation he has with the girls in the park. That was great. It's like, you're gonna leave us alone. He's like, never. Batmobile protect. That was great. Like, I liked his voice for Batman. But yeah, the overall plot was a lot of been there, done that. Especially it's like, oh wow, the GCPD is militarized and they're anti-vigilante. This is really original. Never seen that before. Not like we just had that. So
I like the
But
green
overall, I
dinosaur.
like the issue.
I like the little, because you see the little green dinosaur on the floor in that opening, Batman page with the hole in the wall at the Arkham Tower, and then Wayland gives Batman the green dinosaur and the green T-Rex, so he's got his green T-Rex back in the Batcave in a way.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I got to be honest, I was on the fence of like, do I want to get the second one? And the last page, I was like, all right, now I kind of want to see where this is going. So, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like a solid sell, like where I was like, I have to read the next issue, but I was like, I'll probably read the next issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't coming out guns blazing like Transformers #1, where you get to the end, you're like, God damn it. Like,
Josh
are you
is
playing
pointing
with
out-
me? Like, I can't stop now.
Josh is pointing out in the chat that it takes place in a museum and there would be cameras, and so Bruce taking off his mask is that is a very good story point. But at this point, Batman is so contingency man that like if Matt
He's
Fraction
probably got
didn't
software
think of
that erased
it
it
scrambles
immediately.
his
Oh, yeah.
face.
Come on, man.
There's
Or
something,
like, like you're already assuming that he thought of that already and knows about all that. Like he either saw there's no cameras in the part that they're at, or he disabled them, or he's got something to scramble them. Like,
right.
Yeah, he's
But I agree
bad.
with Josh. You could have done a panel where you showed it from the camera and you showed Bruce's face scrambled just to like do away with that. But the question is,
Or you could
Fraction
trust your
not think
readers.
or you can trust your readers. Yeah, so it's like it's one of the two. But as we all know, you sometimes you can't trust your readers because they're like asking questions like, "Who changes the tires on the Batmobile?" and they're really obsessed with that. Nobody does.
What do you think, Sparrow? Should we get like a prepper Batman where he's on like really kind of non-trusting of the government and surveillance, and he's gone underground and he's got the metal cage so none of his communications can be monitored and all that?
Tinfoil hat on all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's long been established that Batman
That'd be
doesn't
pretty
trust
good.
the government.
No, but that would be pretty good and in character. It'd be fun.
Yeah, somebody can write a really poor AI comic about it when he.
So you could show the footage as he's walking through it. It's all scrambled out like Mission Impossible. What was that? Final Reckoning?
Mm-hmm. Or the one where they're what's the one where they're like they're pasting his face onto other people in the airport so that
that was Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yeah.
Yeah, Dead Reckoning Part 1 before we got Dead Reckoning Part 2, Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
So what's your final answer here, Dylan? Is it a win for you? Or are you coming back for issue number 2?
Fatal J's camera is shaking as he's typing. It looks like he's in an earthquake.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sorry, what was your question?
My laptop is on a stack of books. Excuse me.
I thought it was the post burrito fart.
So
Hey, I'm a
Dylan,
poor
you're a
man, I'm
DC
broke.
guy, but you're firmly a Superman guy, and you don't read everything Batman. Was this enough to get you to come back for Batman number 2?
Yeah, I'll come back. And I like that Fraction said it's going to be mostly self-contained one-shot issues with just like little threads connecting them, because it seems every time someone gets on Batman, a new writer, they're like, here's my 20-issue epic.
Right.
So I like that here where it's going to be like, it's mostly one and done self-contained story. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And it's just nice because we already have like these other Batman books going on where it's all like, here's these big, long, epic storylines, and this is going to be more one at a time. So I like that's a different approach and something new. So I'm excited. And the first issue was good enough for me to come back for issue 2.
Good enough to put it on the pull list?
Yeah, I'll put it on the pull list.
Very nice. So you got to have it on the pull list, right?
Heck no. I might go back and buy it now because you slipped me a pirate copy. So I was like, okay.
I did not slip you a pirate copy. I gave you a fucking review copy.
Come
That's
on, I'm trying to make it sound cool.
No, pirating is not cool.
I know it's not cool. Ed, what's going on with you, man?
That's an official review copy.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. I retract my statement. But
It's too late now, man.
I know.
Pretty out there.
But
You
really,
have a comic book YouTube channel. You review things. Why
I
wouldn't
do.
Why wouldn't you have access to a fucking review copy?
Oh no, I was just this is Josh and no pun. But I'm pumped. But really, it was good. I mean, and my comic book store has an abundance of Batman's number 1 and blind bags too.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Because maybe I might just try to help them move one piece of merchandise off their shelf next week if it's a light week. I don't mind buying that book. It was pretty good. I can buy an occasional.
But you're not ready to throw it on the pull.
No, not really. No, I have enough on my pull. It's gonna be really. But that's the thing, though. If it's strong, I can always go back, catch up, and put it back on my pole. So, yeah,
Are you going to get the blind bag? I can feel a blind bag in your future.
maybe. I heard every blind bag does have a foil cover, and I am a sucker for a foil cover. I really am. But there's like the Jim Lee variant. What is that? 1 in 1,000 or something? And
It's up there.
it's up there. Yeah, it's like you're never gonna get that. Yeah. I wonder
And
if
they
anyone
know
out
who
there
gonna get
has.
it anyway. They know who gonna get it. I'm gonna be honest with you, Wes. These Batman books is not doing it. Even Jim Lee Hush too. The only books that's killing right now is Absolute Batman. Now you can put that on the pull list.
Batman,
this
Robin,
book-
and Dark Patterns are both better than Absolute Batman, and I really like Absolute Batman, but it's the
What's
third
the name of
best
this
Batman
book? I need to
book.
pick that up if it's better than Absolute
Batman, Robin, and Batman Dark Patterns. Those are both better. I like Absolute
I-
Batman too. I like that book a lot, but I think it's the third best
But
Batman book out.
If you're
right
going to
now.
go back on Batman and Robin, you have to do it when Philip Kennedy Johnson arrives because it doesn't really. It's totally
No,
different.
you don't
than
need to read the
Williamson.
Williamson stuff. Yeah,
It wasn't all that great. It was fine. But I agree, Dill. Those are really strong. So we have some good Batman stuff.
Yeah.
I'll take 4 good Batman books.
and Robin and Batman, Jason Todd just ended from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, and that was good.
That's absolutely fantastic. And Andy, are you throwing the Batman on the pull list, or are you just going to come back for number 2 and see what happens?
Well, the one thing I didn't know Fraction said that he's kind of doing one and dones with it, with just the small plot stuff going through. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. No, I'll just go back and basically play it month by month. So I'll definitely get number 2, and then just take it 1 month at a time.
But Fatal
That's the
J
way to
did
do
bring up something interesting. Did you guys see that Batman 162 is now delayed by 4 months?
Did we not call this? Like,
I
is
was-
anybody surprised? Like, they're like, oh no, we're gonna keep the schedule. Jim Lee's already drawn like this many issues, and he's gonna be able to keep the schedule. We're like, it's not gonna happen.
I had no idea it's been that long.
I don't know
'Cause
why
I am
it's
getting
that
it.
long. I mean,
There's
he only
3 more
really-
issues. It might take another year. It might be on
Oh.
Batman 12 before the conclusion of the previous series.
He only really had 2 red carpet events to go to, so I don't know what's taking him so long.
That's right.
His true passion, being on the carpet with celebrities.
Well,
That's
I mean,
part
the
of his
thing
job.
is-
He is an executive, not only over
Right.
DC Comics, but at Warner Brothers.
What's
Yeah.
part of his job? Delivering a book when he said he was going to be on time. That's part
That's
of his
true,
job too.
Well, they shouldn't
Very
have
true.
made it in they should have just called it Hush 2.
He had to draw.
Right.
He had to draw those. He had to draw the variant covers so that you would buy the Red Hook or the Red Hood book by the Absolute Lunatic. So he had to. That was more important than finishing his Batman stuff.
Yeah, Hush 2 should have been a Black Label book that took place right after the first Hush, instead of throwing it in continuity and having it take place like in the main Batman. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, I
I
don't
didn't
know
even
why
think
they
of-
didn't do a separate mini series with it. And I also don't know why they just said we're just sitting on it until Jim has when he only has half of the last issue to draw, we'll solicit.
Yeah.
When he's got 10 pages left out of a whole run, that's when we'll solicit it.
Then it'll only get delayed by a couple months.
That's right. But the flip side to it is I always go back and remember like Watchmen and Dark Knight from back in the day. Those things were delayed. And once it's a trade paperback, that delay a year from, once the trade comes out, nobody's going to care. Think of it. Like I said, I had no idea it was delayed 4 months. If put it this way, if 162 were to have come out next week and you said, well, when did the previous issue come out? I honestly probably would have been like, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago. And if you would have been like, no, it's been 3 months, I would have been like, oh, I had no idea. So
I'm so bored with it that I don't care. It just doesn't matter if it ever comes out.
yeah. I mean, I like Jim's art. That's why I'm getting it. I'm kind of like I was with John Byrne. So I was a huge Byrne fan. And towards the end of John's career, I still bought what he did, even though was it peak Byrne in my opinion? No.
Yeah.
I like John's work. And I'm like that with Jim too. If Jim's drawing it, I just have this nostalgia about it where I look at and I go, this is just freaking cool. Is it his best Batman work? No, but I just still think it's cool and I'll get it. And if the story's okay, then okay.
No,
Hey, it's a
even
big-
Jim Lee 90% or 85% is better than 99% of the rest of the artists out there. He's still pretty damn great.
Yeah, he's still peak. But this the thing about it, Andy, right? When you pick up a Jim Lee Batman or whatever, it's a 50% chance the story is going to be dong. Because, for instance, when Jim Lee and Frank Miller came together to do All-Star Batman, art fantastic, top tier. But that story,
if you're in the right mindset, that is an amazing comic.
How many shrooms do you have to hit for that one, though? Tully, what's the shroom scale on an All-Star Batman and Robin?
Let me tell you, man. The yellow room when Robin's beating up, Green Lantern Man, and bending over Black Canary on the hood of the Batmobile, man. Sorry.
It was Big Dumb Batman before Big Dumb Batman. Like that's it's like I'm enjoying Absolute, but Absolute is you can't like rag on All-Star Batman and then be like Absolute Batman's amazing. It's the same thing. It's the same flavor.
Just to 11 though. The dial is turned to 11 for All-Star.
Looking over goes to 11.
I think Absolute Batman's a better book than All-Star Batman.
Definitely.
I do too.
Yeah,
there's a line, and Absolute Batman's straddling it, but All-Star Batman and Robin just like ran past it by a couple hundred yards.
So that's the
rats
looking over Robin and calling him a retard.
Yeah, but that's the Dark Knight Batman. That Dick Grayson goes on to get fired by Batman and comes back in DK2 to be a killer. Yeah, you're a cape killer. It's all the same universe.
There's no sequels to the Dark Knight Returns, Sully. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness. Blasphemy.
Those are awful.
Exactly.
Really? Oh man, that Raphael Grandpa work in the Golden Child, that was amazing. I know
does Raphael Grandpa still have a Batman book that's coming out?
He owes us one Gargoyle of Gotham.
Yeah.
Wow.
I forgot about that book. I bet it's been a year since we had an issue of that.
Yeah, I know. Like, talk about how a hiatus can kill a book. That's been memory hold. Seriously.
So what's the deal with that? Because completely forgot about that. But we were talking about delays earlier. I couldn't have been more excited, even though Doomsday Clock was delayed for 2 or 3 months at a time.
Yeah,
it didn't seem to affect my appeal for that book.
Yeah.
Well, we're old now, and time has picked up. Not you, Dylan, but the rest of us.
That's right.
It's like that's why Andy's saying like if you would have told him that like the book hasn't come out for 6 months, and he'd be like, it's been like 4 or 5 weeks, because that's what it feels like. Like I got a message from my dad, and he's like, "What's going on? I haven't talked to you in like 2 months." And I'm like, "No, we talked last week." And he's like, "It's been 2 months." And I was like, "Oh my god, he's right."
Yeah, I mean, the older you get, time just flies by. My daughter's 22, and she'll be like, "I gotta wait 3 weeks," and I'm like, "Shut up! It'll be like that." You got to get more. I'm like, you just have to do more stuff in your life. That's all. You
need a hobby.
Just like yesterday, I was holding my baby, and now he's 4 and he's in school.
Yeah.
What the hell happened here?
Oh, it goes, man. It goes.
Yeah. The big problem is Hush 2 is just not good. And also, that after it's done, no writer's going to act like it ever even happened. It doesn't matter. It's one of those books where it's going to be like, that was basically out of continuity, and no one's going to respect it because it's not good, and it's just weird.
There's already
but the Dark Knight Rises, or I'm sorry, the Dark Knight Returns is out of continuity, and people still care about that book.
People liked that book, though.
Right.
But Hush 2 is supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a great book. That's I guess the difference.
That's a great
book.
I guess that was the greatest comparison. Now you mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, that book, Dark Knight, you can still give somebody today that's never read stuff, and if they ask for a recommendation, go here, read this.
And again, like Hush 2 is supposed to be in continuity, but it's so weird and out there and bad that that no one's going to act like it's actually in continuity when it's supposed to be.
So you think we see Shush again before we see Hush after this?
I mean, we'll see Hush again. I just don't think the elements of Hush 2 are gonna. I don't think anyone's gonna act like this story ever happened.
I read this. I read this and I was bored to death. So bored to death. I haven't read this.
The only person who's
the thing is, issue 1's the best issue of the series.
Yeah, it is.
It only gets worse from there.
The only person who's ever been able to make Hush interesting is
Paul Dini. Yep. Yeah. Paul Dini did a lot of cool stuff with him.
What is Paul doing these days? Why is he not doing something?
Does
That's a good
DC know that
question.
he exists? Do any of these editors know that he exists? They're too busy hiring weirdo lunatics to, it's like, oh, let's see, who can we hire? Can we hire this random insane person that's made terroristic threats to write Red Hood, or could we hire Paul Dini? The problem is probably this person is $25 a page. And Paul
Right.
Dini
There
is
you
less.
go.
He's priced himself out, or they priced themselves out of the Paul Dini market.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Kirkman get it. This is fun to read.
Yeah.
This is fun.
I've never
I
read
enjoyed
anything Invincible, and Battle Beast is my first time
Haven't
checking
read
any of it out.
Invincible?
No.
Wow.
Invincible's so good.
Yeah.
Just watch the animation, man.
No,
feel like
read
a
the
loser.
comic.
Read
Thank
the
you.
comic. Read the comic.
But I love Battle Beast. I definitely want to check it out. I think Battle Beast is right up there with like Absolute Batman and like Flash Gordon
You
and Space Ghost as
gotta
far as
read
just fun
Invincible.
books.
I
Yeah,
think it's better
Invincible's
than
great.
Absolute. It's way better than Absolute Batman.
It take it back to when we was kids. We just want to see the muscles, the fighting. Keep it simple. Don't get all philosophical. I mean, that's good.
J doesn't want to engage the comic book on any level, other level than surface, right?
Well, this is the
Right.
thing. If I want to read a novel, I'll read a novel. Okay. When I read a comic book, I don't want to read a novel. Now, it's some comic books that have that, and you can appreciate that. But for the most part, we want to see muscles, beat 'em ups. That's it. Good art,
Yeah.
decent story. That's it. That's it.
You didn't like whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow?
Haven't read it.
That's a bigger party foul than not reading Invincible. That's 2 issues. Invincible's like 150.
Oh, it just came out, right? Okay.
No, it's
No,
No.
Alan
Yeah, it
Moore.
just came out 4 years ago.
That's one.
Hold on, man. Let me Google real quick. Let me see what y'all talking
It's
about.
Alan Moore. It's the sign off of the Bronze Age Superman.
No, Andy, it's
Before-
that up-and-coming kid Alan Moore. He's
Ah,
he's
Whippersnapper. This
The
firebrand.
new kid on the block.
Crazy. I didn't know that book came out, man. I'm gonna have to look that up. And read
Well, it's
that.
an amazing book if you've never read it. And
Yeah, it's good. They
like
just put out a
Superman,
hardcover.
Okay, there's a
Well, I
good-
trust. Hey, I trust Alan Moore. Alan Moore is one of them writers I can trust.
You should check out it's called the DC.
What a hot
Universe.
take.
Well, Dylan, if you don't know me,
I believe
The
in
chat-
Alan Moore.
the chat hates me, man. So
Nobody
No,
hates
they
you, Fatal
don't.
J.
Phil J.
I've just seen love in the chat for you, man.
Yeah, man. People missed you. And but check out the DC Universe, the stories of Alan Moore. It's a trade paperback.
Like,
And
you
it's
know,
got-
this
it's got a
Christopher
bunch of
Nolan guy, I
stuff.
think he might make some
Might be
good
going
movies,
places.
you know?
He's got an eye for cinema, I'm telling you. I'm
That's right.
calling it
Also-
now.
I can trust this guy.
He might also make Tenet, though.
Oh,
Tenet
hey, man,
was
don't go
a
there because
movie.
I had a debate in the Flashcast room. I like Tenet, man. That's a good movie.
yeah. I didn't hate it.
Visually, it looks good, but the plot's so bad that Nolan even tells you don't think about it. It's so retarded. Nolan was like, don't even think for a second about the plot.
But for me, I would think that's how time travel would really work. Like, to me, that's how it would really work.
Okay.
Even more than Back to the Future.
Yeah,
Wes, you look
I
confused.
found Tenet to be a complete mess. I mean, I love the way they did it in Inception, which is a very convoluted, kind of
Inception's
complex type of thing to execute, and he was able to do it visually and explain how it works. Nothing is explained in Tenet. It just happens.
Yeah, Tenet doesn't. It's got some great set pieces. It looks real good. It's got some nice performances, but story-wise, it is a mess. It makes
I
no
don't think
sense.
y'all like the backwards fighting. Y'all didn't like the reverse
No,
fighting.
that stuff looks cool. It looks good, but story-wise, that movie makes
There
no
has to
sense.
be a
Again,
purpose for the cool thing that
when
happens.
people ask Nolan about it, he's like, "Don't." Even in the movie, the character says, "Don't think about it." Like when the character is directly telling the audience, "Don't think about it." That's how you know they had no idea what they were doing.
Well,
Like
that's
that lady.
that works when you're doing time travel in Austin Powers, but like for a movie like
Yeah.
Tenet.
I will say this though, that movie is so long and so detailed. I won't ever watch it again.
No.
I won't ever watch it again. It's too much. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's no not a whole lot of rewatchability on that
To
one.
me, it was like a sequel to Inception.
No.
Andy, this would be a good place to remind us what your project is called.
Lilith Infernal Conflict. It is not a mess. And you won't have to say, what was that about? It's about Lilith going back to the abyss after the events of Kordrath, the Awakening, to report back to her queen and reflect back on how Lilith became the general in her queen's army to be sent up to deal with Kordrath and such in the Shattered Reach. This book deals with a war that happened in the abyss, and Lilith leads the way. So go check it out.
I'm gonna drop the link in the chat, but it's also in the description.
Also, a link for Frank Zanka's Fairy Tales of Terror. Frank's a friend of the channel. Definitely go check that one out as well. We got a lot of really cool stuff pop off around these days. So Federico de la Casa came back and said, sorry for the error. It was ASM 975. The strange part nowadays is read a Marvel comic that doesn't bore or frustrate you. I expect woke and boring stuff.
That's fair. That's what you're getting.
That's fair, yeah. After doing that to us for so many years, that's what we expect.
Some comics are good now.
Hey, there's a few comics out there that I like. Therefore, all comics are good.
Yeah, he said, what was it? Savage Wolverine was good. I still can't forgive you for that one.
Oh my god, I told you. Like, I like the opening, I like the ending. In the middle had a lot of blah blah blah. You're right.
I don't understand that with Soy. There'll be a good comic and still but this panel had bad onomatopoeia, so I don't like the comic overall. But there'll be a dog shit comic, and there'll be a single panel with some nice colors. And I'll be like, I like this because it had one panel with nice colors. I don't understand you, so I don't get it.
It makes me appreciate Nick Klein even more when I see bad sound effects. Nick Klein is a god, making like hand-drawn sound effects is part of the art. His Hulk is so
3 times a year on Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, every 4 issues he kills it on Hulk.
Exactly.
I just want to point out
the best fill-in artist in the game.
Sully has time to read every copy of Jeff the Landshark, and yet he has a digital copy of Kneel Before Doomface that he has not read yet.
That might be your most glowing endorsement. If Sully won't read it, it's probably a really good comic.
You know what, Dylan? I'll send it to you.
Hey.
I feel like Sylvester's son in the Looney Tunes. Oh, the shame, the shame.
Mr. DC Comics, anybody reading Superman Book of L #1? It's the return of Philip Kennedy Johnson on Superman. So you and I, Dylan and I, actually did a review on that for the Doc Unfiltered podcast because Doc's on vacation. Mm-hmm. And you liked the book more than I did. It's fine, but it's not quite what I was expecting, but it's really a setup issue.
Yeah, it's completely a setup issue. It's very much not a whole lot happens. I liked it, but it's very much like a 7 out of 10 book for me. It's more of like things just get going at the end. But there's some really nice character work in it because cool stuff on the farm, and Philip Johnson does a good job. And I like the art from Scott Galuski. But yeah, nothing special, nothing that blows your socks off.
Yeah,
and it's a very fast read. It's like 6 or 7 minutes tops because it's a bunch of splash pages.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the inciting incident of a trade paperback. You know.
Yeah, it is
pretty much.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel that's being broken into 12 chapters.
Yeah,
essentially. And then Callum says on Demon Hunters, a lot of people were happy for a film where girls like boys, and it's just girls being friends like normal people. Yeah. That was like one of the cool things about it. They had normal haircuts, and they just wanted to eat ramen and talk about boys. You liked it, didn't you, Fredo J? When she saw the abs and like her eyes started popping corn.
Yeah, man. I seen everybody talking about the movie and how good it was. And I said, okay, freak it. I'll give it a try. And I was pleasantly surprised. It was a really good show. Really good movie.
All 3 of my boys like the movie, but they are like all under 10. Did yours like it?
Man, my son is 17 years old. He don't give he only does cell phone, video games, and watch YouTube streamers. He don't do movies.
He doesn't sit down with this old man and watch some fucking...
The only time is when me and him go see the new MCU movie or a DC movie. But besides, I'm telling you, if you got teenagers, they don't watch shows. They just don't do it. They don't do movies.
said your daughter's like in her 20s,
She
really
did. She really didn't when she was a teen, but at 22, she's actually binge watching stuff now that is,
catching up.
old shows and stuff. She went and she binge watched all of Big Bang Theory just about a month and a half ago, just
That'll
straight
take a
through
while.
every episode, every season. And she's doing that. She's actually watching, and this is old from the 80s. Wasn't Fran Drescher's show just called Fran or something like that?
The
The
nanny.
nanny.
The Nanny. She's watching that.
She watching that? That's old
Yeah.
school.
I know. She's binge watching a lot of. She
Okay.
doesn't watch anything on like just regular network TV that's live. She just turns on the Fire TV and starts going through, Prime or Netflix, Hulu, whatever, to find series that are all done that she can just watch straight through.
Yeah.
Tell her to check out 30 Rock. Because she
Oh
watched Big
yeah,
Bang
that's
Theory.
a good one.
Yeah, she watched Big Bang Theory, so now she should watch something that's an actual comedy.
Oh,
Big Bang Theory is fine for like six seasons. It trails off. There's
It's
some
not-
real
it's
highs
not
in there.
fine.
When fucking Bob Newhart shows up, it was pretty good.
Watch it without the laugh track, Wes.
But I've gone back and watched Friends, and it's not funny anymore. But I've gone back and watched Seinfeld. It's still funny. I think Big Bang's
I like
got.
Seinfeld.
You
Yeah,
guys
it's not
like
Seinfeld, but it's not Friends either.
you guys like Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that show, man.
I tried
love
watching
it.
the first season, and it just wasn't funny to me. They're
What?
all idiots. I don't like shows where I hate everybody and want them to die. That's why I stopped.
You
Well, that
watching
hate
makes
Friends.
when you hate with Danny DeVito. The show went to another level when Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's
Was
not
on
in
the
the first
cast?
season.
No, Danny didn't come on.
Oh,
till
that's
what?
right. He on the second season, right?
Never made it there.
See, it's
I
going
hated
to
all
piss
of them.
Wes off though, because he starts off as fairly normal, and then just his, being around the gang like just destroys him.
Dude, he just goes downhill.
Mhm.
He go downhill because he lived with Charlie.
Well,
That's
everybody
pretty downhill.
who comes in contact with him, even Rickety Cricket, it's like he's an upstanding member of the community. He's a priest, and
Yeah.
he's just destroyed.
Yeah.
I will say
Sounds
this,
like
though,
the
Wes.
bear.
A
And I
couple
didn't
of
like that.
seasons, a couple of seasons in, Wes, you do get Roddy Piper as the maniac, and that is
Yeah. Hey, at least give it to season 2, and then if you don't like it, you don't like it. But it gets 10
I'll
times
just
better
watch
with Danny
Firefly
DeVito.
again, dude. It's good.
Oh,
Firefly's
Firefly,
good, yeah.
dope.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Actually,
and
we
you get a
could just-
fucking movie at the end.
We could just send Wes
Yeah.
clips of Always Sunny, because that's really all you need is just clips of things that you will enjoy.
I've seen the thing where he's got the gun and all that stuff.
No, you need the one where Dennis is like wearing the little his heart monitor. He's got to keep his blood pressure from going up, and him having to interact with people on a daily basis. It's great. Like, as the girl's telling him, he's just trying to order a tea, and the girl's telling him like she can't take the boba out of it because there's no button on the register to do that. And he's like, you could just not put the boba in the tea. And she's like completely confused, and then telling him to use the app. And it's like you just hear his monitor like beep 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 like start to go up as he's and it's just like anybody who has had to deal with that kind of crap knows exactly what he's going through at that moment.
And then we've got Frank Zanka. Thanks for the shout out for Fairy Tales of Terror. I love you, Jay, but no one didn't even bother naming his characters. In Tenet, protagonist is not a character name.
Okay, is this where everybody fights me? Like when I talk about Snyder, I think Tenet is a groundbreaking, mind-blowing film.
I think Spider-Man 3 is better than Tenet, and I think Spider-Man 3 is unwatchable.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think not making sense is mind-blowing. I think it just doesn't make sense.
If
Confusing.
you self-admittedly won't rewatch the movie, how could it be?
I don't rewatch any of Nolan films besides like Batman Begins. They're just too
Not Dark Knight?
much. They're good, but they're too much. Like Inception, I won't never go back and watch Inception. That's a fantastic.
I've seen that like 4 times. It's
This
got a lot of
sounds
like-
watchability.
To
It
me, it's
hurts
too
It's
much.
better. Memento is pretty good too.
Not like Angela Jolie.
Memento was
Tomb
great.
Raider,
That's a
But
great
that was
one.
really
Tomb Raider.
good.
stuff that don't take much thought. I don't want to be thinking too much when I'm watching.
That's why
this
you
stuff.
like Tenet, because you watched the movie and you never thought, what the fuck does this
Yeah,
is even happening?
when the
He just,
scientist
like,
lady
looked.
tells you just don't think, he's like, cool, I never was the entire
Why?
time.
I want a book jacket quote on the Kneel Before Doomface trade when I get there from Fatal J going, you know, like, I didn't think at all while reading this. I don't like thinking too much.
He needs a little compliant fucking button on his shirt. Like, I will not think during this fucking movie.
But you know what? Like, Jay is probably way happier than anybody on the panel because he just can go and just enjoy things, you know? Like, he doesn't have to, you know?
God.
Andreas Makris, Dexter Resurrection is a really dope show.
I like it.
I'm going to be diving into that this week.
They just
So I've watched the first episode. It's kind of weird. It feels like I missed a season of something.
You
Did it
did.
just get canceled?
No, that was the
No,
original
that's
Sin,
Original
which was the
Sin.
prequel.
Okay.
which I liked Original Sin. I was kind of disappointed that it got canceled, but it's because they're bringing in Dexter. They're doing another season of this, I heard. So
I did miss something, Aaron, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, they had a season before this that started out pretty good. I saw the first couple of episodes of that season, but then you had to buy the rest of the subscription to watch the rest, and so I didn't. But I heard that one.
Well, you must have loved it then.
No, I'm not gonna sign up for a streaming service for one show. Like,
it was good,
even if it's just for a month. But I heard that it ended badly. Like, people didn't really like the ending; they thought it was disappointing. But then Resurrection apparently has been great. Like, everything I've heard has been positive.
Yeah, I started checking it out. It's pretty interesting. It definitely held my interest more than Alien Earth.
Yeah,
I don't mind Alien Earth. I just love the visuals of the aliens and stuff. So I'm watching it. This last week episode, it's not a huge spoiler. It's a whole flashback episode of what happened on the ship before it crashed. So I guess I look at it like this. I'm halfway in, because I assume it's 10 episodes. So now I'm halfway in. So I'll watch it. I'll finish it.
I think it's like 6 episodes actually. So I think
it's only
I'm
6?
pretty sure it's really short. I think it's like 6 or 7 episodes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll definitely finish it.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, you watch all these streaming shows. What is the best one of these streaming shows? Because I find them incredibly frustrating. It feels like they're really long movies that are just spilled out instead of doing like, I'm used to television hitting a story and ending it in an episode, and everything's just like an 8-hour story now.
I don't watch a lot of TV actually. I'm more of a movie guy
Well, you
than a
watch
show
Andor
guy.
and Alien and all this Dexter.
Yeah, I have not watched a second of Dexter. But as far as like recent shows, I'll tell you Andor is probably my favorite. I really like Andor a lot. But I also, again, I don't watch a whole lot of modern TV. I'm more of a movie guy than
So
TV.
you like Mandalorian?
No, Mandalorian. As far as Disney
You
Star
yelled at
Wars
me over
goes,
the Mandalorian.
no, I did not. As far as Disney Star Wars goes, it's much better than like everything, most of what else they've done. But that season 3 was terrible. Season 3 was season 1 was like fine. It was like 7 out of 10. Then season 2 had the Luke moment, and that was pretty much all it had. And then season 3 was abysmal. Season 3 was awful.
I agree.
I remember
Like
liking
Dylan just
Narcos
said.
a lot.
Narcos was amazing. I love Narcos.
Narcos was great.
Yeah, Narcos is great. A very underrated show that more people should watch is The Patriot on Amazon Prime. It only went 2 seasons, but that show's great. That show's really
Mel
good.
Gibson coming back?
No.
Now, who's in that?
It's so it's got it's got the guy from Lost is in it. I can't remember his name.
Matthew Fox?
Wait,
The old bald guy. It's got
Unlocked?
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah.
God, it feels like I've
Dad
seen
name, but
that.
that's a different actor.
Yeah, it's also got the guy from That 70s Shows in it. So yeah, Terry
Ashton
O'Quinn.
Kutcher?
So Terry O'Quinn is the guy from Lost who's in it. And it's got
Yeah.
I'm like
Kerwin
West
Smith.
though. When you say the Patriot, I'm thinking of that old Mel Gibson movie.
That movie's great, but no, I'm talking about the show. It's
Is
really
it the same
good.
setting? Same
No,
setting?
not at all. It's modern day.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wait, are you saying?
Did that
Prove
up
to
and
be a
coming Alan Moore
revolutionary
write it,
age.
Dylan? That new kid on the block, Alan Moore, did he write it?
If you want a good Revolutionary War show, Turn from the old the AMC show
That was
came out like
okay,
a
yeah.
decade ago. I like that. That show is pretty good.
But you don't watch TV.
Spies. I watch some. I'm just not
Okay.
like super into it because like I have Max and that's it. I don't have anything else.
I
I
think
told
Max
you
is the
the
best
young
platform.
kids don't watch stuff like TV and They don't do it.
Yeah,
They
you should watch
stream it.
Columbo. I'm watching Columbo again.
I've seen
It's-
Columbo. My dad was a
Columbo's
big
excellent,
Columbo
dude.
guy, so I've watched Columbo.
The
Are you
original
talking about the
Columbo?
one with the lady from Misery?
No.
Oh, I love her. That lady is great.
Kathy Bates?
I didn't know she was still
That's
alive. She's
Matlock.
still alive.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Matlock.
Matlock.
Yeah,
Is the woman from Misery still alive?
yeah, Kathy.
She's Matlock.
Yeah, she's Matlock.
I always had a fear that somebody would capture me and do me like the lady from Misery.
Oh
Like,
God,
put my-
that was
Put my, put that
And you
thing
still
between your
wrote
feet.
Ninja Blast? What about when people invest in that story? They're like, you better not kill that main character off, and then the next thing you know, take the
Hey, I'm
sledgehammer
gonna
to
be
your
scared
feet.
to death, man. Because if they put the wooden planks between my legs and get that sledgehammer,
Oh shit.
who? I mean, I've never seen that since in a movie. Torture like that.
You need to watch Human Centipede.
I don't.
Oh.
want to see
It'll blow your mind.
no, you don't.
Ross in the chat recommending streaming Justified, Slow Horses, Peaky Blinders. I haven't seen Slow Horses.
Justified's my favorite show of all
Justified's
time.
great.
It's fantastic.
Justified's so good.
Do not watch the revival show though. Weird.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It has some good moments, but man, that whole romance with the lawyer.
Made no sense.
What are
whatsoever.
we doing?
No
Yeah.
idea.
If he's
What?
not,
That
I
was-
don't want to think that he's not with Natalie Z. That's what that.
Yeah.
That's
Well, he's with a fat black lady.
Speaking of revival,
He gets a-
is anyone watching Revival, the Tim Seeley adaptation?
That's what I watched.
You did? Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. Is it
What's
good?
this on? What platform is on?
It's
That's
on Hulu?
It's sci-fi.
Okay.
When it was coming out, it was on the Sci-Fi Network. What
Oh,
they
okay.
stream on, I don't know. Oh wait, are they Paramount? I don't remember, but yeah, I didn't mind it.
Hmm.
If there's not a second season, I won't care. You know, I kind of
I'm
like
more
the fact that
interested
David
in
James
Criminal on
Elliott's in
fucking
it. I
Amazon.
always watch.
Yeah, I
it.
can't wait for Criminal.
That'll
So,
be great. And then Andreas Maker says you need to see Dexter New Blood first. Okay, so that's how I messed this up, Eric.
yeah.
Because I was like, I'm definitely missing a lot of stuff here. Things have happened.
I'm not going to go back and watch New Blood. I don't think, unless Doc throws that up on Docbuster along with Resurrection. But I think I'll just jump into Resurrection.
Are you going to watch Criminal, Aaron?
Yeah,
Ed
I'll watch
Brubaker?
Criminal when it comes out. I hope it's good. I mean, it's Amazon, so who
great.
knows?
What is criminal?
a-
That seems
Ed Brubaker, Sean
Sean
Phillips.
Phillips.
They've been doing the criminal books. There's probably like 12 of them, maybe.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 3 epic collections you can get, like 3 epic collection hardcovers that cover all of it, and then the new one that just came out last week, the new original graphic novel. So
Oh,
they've done a
okay.
lot. It's great. Criminal's awesome.
You know, not
Okay.
many people know this because in typical Boom fashion, they didn't put my name on something that I wrote, but I actually wrote the adaptation of Seven Psychopaths with art by Sean Phillips.
oh
Ooh, Seven Psychopaths is a good movie.
Very nice.
It's a good comic too. If you can find the Boom version, definitely check it out. Just don't expect to see my name in the credits.
So we did have a little bit of another thing going on with DC, at least with the movies. Fatal J must be very, very happy. The screen is shaking because we're getting Superman Man of Tomorrow. We're going Superman, Supergirl, Clayface, and then Superman Man of Tomorrow in 2027. So they fast tracked it. You're going to get your sequel in 2 years, essentially.
Yes, I'm happy. Did y'all see the Clayface pictures?
no.
Yeah, the set pictures. Yeah.
This is gonna be another banger. I mean, it's gonna be dark. I think it's gonna be like Penguin. How Penguin was dark. I can't wait, man. I'm excited. You know, I'm excited because Penguin. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. They should have got an Emmy for that show. Did y'all see Penguin?
Penguin was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah.
Penguin a lot.
That was a
I
great
like
show,
Penguin.
man.
I like Penguin way more than I liked that Batman movie. I don't
Me
ever
too.
need to see that
Yeah.
Batman movie again, but I'd watch Penguin again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's
Yeah,
got
most
Kirsten Minotti. I think is that how you pronounce her name? She's
Oh, the Falcone chick
Sophia?
or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, she's
Sophia,
always
right?
good. Yeah, Sophia Falcone. She's
Yeah.
she's always good. We were talking about 30 Rock. She's on an episode of 30 Rock and she kills it in that episode.
Oh, really? Because that's the first time I ever seen her in anything. You know, I thought and I figured she was in other
She was
movies.
on How I
but-
Met Your Mother too. Like if you want to talk about like shows that had like a big following.
Oh, okay. That's an old school show too.
She
But
shows
yeah,
up in,
man.
like, the last 2 seasons, I think, something like that.
Oh, okay, man. She did a spectacular job. I was like already out on watching the Batman 2, but the Penguin was so good. Now I have to see the Batman 2.
I don't know, man. There's so much time between the first Batman and the Batman 2 that it's kind of like for me with
they're honoring Jim Lee with all the delays.
Yeah. But it's like Avatar. I haven't
when,
seen
when a project goes off the rails so spectacularly, and you have to wait a long time in between installments, both Kevin Smith and Jim Lee get a royalty.
That's right.
Jasper said she was in Gotham too. How did I miss that? I seen Gotham.
Oh, she was in Gotham.
Was she in Gotham?
Yeah, I don't remember the role though. Yeah, it's like Avatar. I saw the first Avatar, which I wasn't blown away by it anyhow. I was just like, it's okay. But then the sequels, so far later, I'm like, I've never watched it. I don't care. Yeah. And when my daughter and I walked out of Superman this summer, I said, I enjoyed it. And I said, oh, this thing's going to have a sequel if they're smart by 2027. They need to get on that 2-year cycle like Marvel had back in the beginning with, every one of their movies is basically every 2 years. So to me, it doesn't even feel like it's being fast tracked. It just seems normal because you go 3-4 years, to me, that's when it loses momentum.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah. I kind of see what you mean, Andy. And I think James Gunn said this himself too. I think this Superman movie is meant to be like Iron Man 1.
Right.
And everything is going to grow
but
off.
Iron Man 1 didn't have a bunch of other Marvel characters in it that took screen time away from Iron Man. Like Iron Man 1 was about Iron Man.
Well, Iron Man 1 was the total origin of Iron Man. Superman wasn't. But I can kind of see your point. He's using Superman to launch everything. But
yeah, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with jumping into a world that is already fully formed and having to play catch up. Like, I am absolutely fine with that. I think that's kind of the way to go, that you need to go with these projects, because especially as often as they reboot them, I never need to see Bruce Wayne's parents killed again in an alley. I never need to see, like, everybody knows that. It's part of the cultural zeitgeist. Just jump in. The best thing you could do with a new Batman project is just jump in fully formed. Most of the villains are already there. You can kind of like explain them along the way. Just do something. Like, I've always said that, like, The Long Halloween is like a perfect way to launch a Batman franchise within a universe, because everything's already fully formed. You're getting a little bit of everything, and so everybody's satisfied. Everybody gets a little piece of what they want.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to go like, well, maybe in 6 movies we'll get to Bane, and you're like, or whoever your favorite character is, because everybody has a favorite villain. So
right.
I think it's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah, I'm happy they're fast tracking the Superman sequel after Man of Steel happening and then never getting another Superman movie. Very sad. I'm glad that we're getting a Superman sequel 2 years later. That's great. The order of everything in between is kind of weird. I don't understand that whole bit where it's like, here's Peacemaker season 2 and then Clayface and Superman, that all stuff. But I don't care because we're getting a Superman sequel, so all that bullshit doesn't matter to me. I just care about Superman. I'm happy we're getting a Superman sequel. So that, thank God.
Thank God.
And I'm not watching all the stuff in between. Like I maybe I'll see Clayface, maybe, but I bowed out of Peacemaker season 2. I don't care. I'm not going to go see Supergirl. I absolutely despise Tom King, and her little intro at the end of Superman did nothing for me. I don't want to see drunk whore Supergirl. So
speak for yourself.
I think Clayface.
Right? I want to see it too.
Super whore.
I think Clayface will probably be good, and I like that DC's doing like out there weird stuff. It's just weird to be like, here's our next movie.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Like, if they had other stuff going out in between, it'd be like, oh yeah, cool, all down for Clayface. But it's like, we're establishing our universe, and our next movie is a Clayface horror movie. It's that. That's so just, what are we doing? That's my problem.
Here's the vision: Superman, Peacemaker season 2, hard R show, Clayface, and then Quilt Man.
It's just
a Kite Man animated series that's in continuity, and then Superman 2.
But see, that's James Gunn thing, man. That's what he do.
Yeah, but Quilt and Condiment Man.
Just touching on what you said, Aaron, about Superman to Peacemaker season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a prude at all, but I'm like, how do you take, and my daughter's 22, thank God, but let's say she was 13 and she loves Superman. It's like, well, it rolls into Peacemaker. Let's watch it together. And then you got that orgy scene. I'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah, that orgy crazy.
At least
was
with
crazy, man.
Deadpool and Marvel, they just need to figure out, okay, Deadpool is going to be in a main MCU movie that'll be PG-13. So I guess his language is going to be cleaned up,
Good.
but hopefully he'll make
bleep him
fun
out.
of it somehow.
The
And yeah,
moment
they
he
got
breaks the
they
fourth
got
wall, the
What's
moment
that?
he breaks the fourth wall in an MCU movie, it's over. It's absolutely over. Like all the stakes are gone.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And that's the only thing I really don't like about James Gunn. He really like those C-list characters. You know?
I mean, I like it because you get to see Polka Dot Man, and it's like, oh, you made Polka Dot Man interesting.
Yeah, I like it in
Right.
Suicide Squad. And
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But do I like it in
Man.
Superman? Maybe not as much.
But I thought Mr. Terrific was pretty damn
He was
cool,
good.
though. I was
He was
shocked.
cool. He was
Yeah.
cool.
And
He
I
was
always like
great.
to see the guy that played Metamorpho get work. I like that guy.
Oh, that guy's awesome. As an
So good,
actor, I
Barry.
love that guy. Yeah.
He didn't do much of
Are
that
you
movie.
you guys feeling Peacemaker though? Like season 1 and what we got for season 2?
I
What,
liked
what are
did.
y'all
season
thoughts
one
on
for
it?
what it was.
I didn't really care for season 1. I'm not really caring.
I didn't care for
two.
season 1 either. I didn't really
Yeah.
like season 1.
It's
No,
okay.
I wanted to be a vigilante show more than I wanted to be a Peacemaker
Right.
show.
Well, they
I wish
totally
it was actually Vigilante and not Discount Deadpool.
Yeah, it's not really
especially because they
Vigilante.
nailed the suit. The suit is great,
Yeah.
and then just butchered the character.
Mhm.
I did
See-
like the moment though. Like the moment in the prison is great, and then where he's talking to the white supremacists, and then gets them into a fight. Like that's fantastic. And then I did like the moment when it's like Peacemaker's like, I can't kill a kid, and Vigilante's like, I'll do it. Just like, oh shit.
Well, the
Like,
funniest part from season 2 so far was when he's like, "Well, if we're not friends, why'd I go to your wedding?" And the dude goes, "You should have fucking uninvited." That was the best part. The funniest part. of
You didn't like the
season 2 so
camel
far.
toe joke?
No.
that was weak.
Yeah. That felt like more of James Gunn just throwing everything at the wall and no one
Well,
saying,
yeah.
"Hey, that's not very
James
funny."
Gunn's lowest common denominator humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in the first Guardians movie, and he's like, if you had a black light, you'd see all the bodily fluids in my ship.
He doesn't say bodily fluids. It's more subtle than that. The
No,
camel toe
but
is
Yeah,
like-
that's
instead
what
of
the
look like a
joke
Jackson
is.
Pollock
Right.
painting.
Yes,
that was
but
actually
that's what
had
the joke
like
is.
that was much funnier than the camel toe joke.
Yeah.
I need to
It's the
ask
same.
this question right here, right now. Check it out. David Cornsweet. Does he feel like Superman?
Yeah, he was great. He was one of the best parts of the movie. I thought he nailed Superman. I
Yeah,
just wish we got more of his Clark because we got one scene of him as Clark,
Right.
Yeah.
and he was good as Clark. It's just we only got that one scene. But yeah, I thought he was great as Superman.
And the haircut didn't look as dumb as it did in the stills.
No, he really
And-
surprised me. The
And
suit turned it around for me too, because when I first saw the trailer teaser, I was like, oh my God, what are they doing with that suit? And I'm still not in love with it, but I liked it a lot better once I saw it throughout the whole movie and stuff.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
I don't
what-
really care for the suit either, but Cornset's so good that when you're watching on screen, you don't really care about the suit.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like
Andy,
it's-
I started something real big on this channel years ago, and people was like, they was really gunning for me, death threats, all this stuff. I never felt the draws on Superman.
Oh
you
no,
gotta break,
come on.
you've got to break that up visually. Like the color,
Yeah.
it breaks up the color palette visually. and
This
it looks-
is
it looks
modern
great.
age. This is modern age.
and
No, I don't
Superman-
mind it.
and
They don't bother
Superman's-
me.
The trunks are
And-
great.
And in the words of Agent Coulson in the first Avengers, we could use a little. I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact line, but we could use a little old fashioned right now.
The trunks are great.
Yeah, no, the trunks don't bother me. I mean, if anything, with Man of Steel, I loved Henry Cavill, and I like, I don't hate Zack Snyder. I like the Snyder stuff, but man,
That suit, yeah.
the suit, it was just so damn dark. And then give him trunks. You've seen the stuff online where people will just put trunks on the suit with Cavill, and you're like, that looks great.
There we go. And a yellow belt, because the yellow, accentuates the yellow in his crest and on his cape, and it just breaks up. It's so iconic. And
So
it's
y'all
like
feeling the draws?
Yeah,
It's not draws, they're
red
trunks.
trunks, man.
Trunks.
Red drawers.
The only
No, they're
thing-
draws.
No, they were drawers in the Brandon Routh one where like they became like a little like speedo, kind of
Oh my God, that
Boxer briefs.
Super banana hammock.
that was awful. God.
But I mean,
No,
that was,
you're crazy, Fatal J. You need the trunks.
yeah, because that's Ultraman. I mean, that iconically looking, I look at that and like, oh, you look like Ultraman. Seriously, no yellow trim on the boots. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, the yellow, it breaks it up. It's a great, part of the color combination.
I
Whatever.
like
Yeah.
Cavill's suit.
Like
Those lines
Mockhead.
that was on his hip. Now I do feel like those lines should have been red or yellow instead of blue.
Now,
And
Fatal
I
J,
just never felt the draws.
And the
Do
blue
you-
should have
never
been
felt it.
bright. The fact that it was like a dark blue, like
it's so
it should have been a
muted.
bright blue.
Yeah. But, well, Fatal J, what do you think about Absolute Superman suit? Because that sounds like what you're looking for.
No, sir, I hate that suit.
But his
You don't
cape
like
was a
the-
dust cape, Jay. How
The
do you not
kryptonite
like that?
lava.
Yeah, I don't like that lava. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the shag. You know, the
No.
shag was cool when Dan Jurgens was doing it. I don't like that. I don't like it.
No, I was out after issue 1 on that book. So
I was out too.
Yeah. I stuck around for 8 issues.
I stuck
Yeah.
around for 3, but I came back this week, and it was actually
Uh-huh.
pretty good. I was shocked.
Sus Gabe said it was good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It wasn't too bad. But what do you think, Fail J? Am I crazy? I think Mockhead might have been the best part of the Superman movie.
Oh yeah, they was lovable,
She was
sweet.
great.
Yeah, man. Man, I'm from Texas. You see a lot of that.
Let me get your cape, son.
Yeah, they was.
Got your
I
boots
wish that
for ya.
the dad scene he had on the porch. I wish that was a tad bit longer though.
that was
I was
so
really-
good.
That was
really
good, but I wanted to be a little bit longer because that father and son dynamic that was powerful right there, man.
Mhm.
It wasn't long enough and that was my gripe with the movie too. Seemed like the scenes were too fast. We hop here to here to here to here. I didn't like that.
Well, originally, reportedly, Jay, there was supposed to be like title cards in between like each day. So it's supposed to be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I guess the studio didn't like it. And that's one of the things that they asked be removed. But I think that really would have worked because it kind of set up the fact that like this is a very bad week in Superman's life. It was kind of like the original idea.
that could have been cool.
Yeah, you can even see that there's like a behind the scenes table reading, and when James Gunn's doing it, he goes Monday, and then like goes into it. It's like so that was gonna be a thing till they took it out.
I'd like to see a director's cut of the Superman movie.
Oh, I'd love to see a director's cut. Love to. I'd love to see what they left on the editing room floor and stuff.
You guys ever seen the director cut of Superman 2, Donner cut?
Oh yeah, the Donner cut's great.
Yeah, y'all like Donner cut better than theater version?
Oh yeah,
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
I like
it's
what
good.
they put out there.
I liked it too when I saw it, but when I heard the Donner cut, was it 15 years ago or whenever it was? I was like, oh, what's this all about? And I got the DVD of it. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah, because I always wondered why wasn't Jor-El in Superman 2?
Right.
Contractual reasons. He sued the shit out of him.
So, Fatal J, you were the biggest Snyder cutter cultist guy.
Yes, sir.
What was better, Superman or the Man of Steel?
You really want people to hate my guts, huh? I'm gonna
That's
go ahead.
my entire goal of bringing
Listen.
you on the channel.
Opinions are opinions, Like
Okay, you're gonna put me on the spot. You're gonna have death threats towards me yet again. See, I had peace when I wasn't on the show. Now the death threat's gonna come back. All right, let me break it down real quick, real fast, because I know we pressed for time. Zack Snyder Superman, James Gunn Superman, two totally different films. James Gunn Superman problem is it feels like an episode of HBO Max. The thing that I can give Zack Snyder Superman is it had that cinematic feel to it. This movie didn't have a cinematic feel to it. It just felt like episode 3 of an HBO Max series. When I'm watching a Superman film, I need to be, whoa, wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, Zack Snyder is like
this
his
just felt like an
cinematography and
everyday
his ability
show.
to make scenes feel big. So yes, it does look more grand. I'll
So-
give that.
I have a question for LJ real quick. Every
What's that?
Snyder cultist that I see is like they love Snyder because how deep and everything he does is and how much you have to think about it. But your whole thing is like I want to turn my brain off and not think about anything ever. So why are you all into Snyder?
As a
yeah, because
Snyder
it has themes.
cultist,
It has themes, don't you?
Yeah, it
know,
has
Fatal J?
themes and it's deep.
as a Snyder cultist, I can honestly say Zack Snyder movies do not make you think deep. I promise you.
Thank you. I
They
agree.
don't. That's definitely turn your brain off cinema.
But I do think, if James Gunn had written a Superman movie and then Zack Snyder directed it, it would be a better film than both.
I agree.
If
I
this
didn't
was
get
if this was 2013, maybe, but I don't know. Even in the directing, Snyder's kind of lost the plot in recent years. Like you
Okay,
look
I haven't
at,
seen Rebel Moon. I've only
I
heard that
haven't
it was
either.
bad.
I've just seen clips, and it's like even visually, this thing looks terrible. And I'm someone that likes Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel, and I like a decent bit of Snyder stuff. I like Watchmen, I like Man of Steel, like 300. But you look at like his recent films, like that zombie movie he did, like the depth of field is so weird. Like even visually, again, his one thing was like, as dumb as the movie may be, at least visually it looks good. He's lost his visual fidelity. Like, I don't know what happened to Snyder. Apparently, from what I heard, like he got rid of his cinematographer and does it himself now. I heard something about that, so that might be why
he should stop doing that.
Yeah.
They should hire him back.
So that's the thing. He's kind of just.
Well, I think it depends on how much money they pumping into Zack Snyder films. Because I mean,
Netflix
this is
gave him a
Netflix.
huge check.
Netflix gave him he had a lot of money. He had too much
Yeah.
money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Army of the Dead. Rebel Moon was terrible. It was some good visuals at some point, but it wasn't top-notch Snyder that we used to.
What did you think of the Rebel Moon Snyder cut?
It was trash. It was trash. Look, I'm a Snyder cultist that can admit when things are not what
I'm glad.
That's
You're
good, though.
reformed.
That's good. Mhm.
Yeah, Rebel Moon was
Very good.
terrible. Very terrible.
So glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, please don't. You're going to waste a lot of hours
Yeah, me
if you
neither.
watch this show.
Andy, you can definitely turn your brain off when you watch it.
Oh no, I'm good.
There's not a single thing worth thinking about in that film.
Oh, shit.
Scumbag Boogie says on Prime, it's an old show called The Expanse. Excellent.
I keep hearing about that show, and I heard it's great. The Expanse.
So I've started watching it, but I haven't quite got through the first episode yet. I thought it was going to just be like a team in space, but it's like more than that. There's like all this lore about like planets like going to war and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. But I just started that, Scumbag Boogie. So hopefully you are 100% correct, because I do like me some good space adventures. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure, Pa Kent telling Clark that maybe he should have let those kids drown in the school bus crash was horrible. Also, Superman letting him die in a tornado.
The tornado thing was, I had so many people try to justify that to me so many ways, and it is an absolutely
Fatal J's
unjustifiable thing.
tried it 5 different ways. I never buy it.
No, man. You know, I was really trolling with you, Wes, but as a Superman comic book fan, Superman saves. And he don't care who watching. I mean, he would have never did that. Just think about
he can
yourself.
move so fast that it doesn't matter that people are watching.
Exactly.
Also, it makes no sense for Pa Kent to be like, no, you go over there. I'll rescue the
Indestructible
dog.
Right. He would have been like, no, I'll get the dog, Pa. You go over there.
But Aaron, check this out. Okay, even a murderous murderer, if he had the chance to save his dad, he's going to save his dad. So surely Superman.
Well, I don't know if a murderous
is
murderer is going to save his dad necessarily. He might not have a good
But
relationship.
I'm
with
just
him.
saying, somebody. Most people have that moral factor where if they see their parents
Including a
in
murderer?
trouble,
Yeah, I don't think Jeffrey Dahmer did.
Maybe. Depends on the relationship.
I understand the larger point that you're trying to make. Like, yeah, it's like anybody who's invulnerable is going to be like, no, you know what, Dad? Kind of makes more sense for me to do this, because even if the tornado grabbed me and threw me several miles away, I'll be fine.
Right.
In fact,
I'll
I
get up
probably
and
get in
walk
the
away.
tornado, spin the opposite way, and maybe diffuse the whole situation.
I think that movie it ended wrong. Like the real ending is in that movie you watch it. The real ending, not to snap your neck, but when he destroyed that machine, remember, and then the Phantom Zone popped up and it sucked up the Fayora and all them. That should have been the true ending of the movie with the Phantom Zone sucking them up. But instead he went with the snap of the neck. That's not Superman.
Listen, Superman can get raped in James Gunn's universe. He's talked about it.
No, he said that about Batman. He said that. Yeah, Zack Snyder said that about Batman.
Batman got raped in prison in my movie, and it's like, were we supposed to go cool?
I know, right?
What are you talking
Did he
about?
really say that?
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
He's like, when all of you stupid comic book versions finally watch my movies, you know, it's like, God, this guy's an asswipe. Oh
But
man.
he's got cool tattoos. He rolls up his sleeves so you can see his cool tats. So you know he's cool, Wes.
Oh,
Hey, his brother made a dope Superman movie. Well, an evil Superman movie, excuse me.
Oh, Brightburn?
Yeah, Brightburn.
Yeah, I liked Brightburn.
Brightburn was good.
Brightburn was good. Yeah.
So I
You
guess
haven't
we
seen it,
could
check it out.
start talking about some comic book recommendations. I definitely want to say thank you once again to Andy for joining us today. You got
Thank
the
you.
big project out on Indiegogo, well over $20,000. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What should people know and how can they get that book?
We'll go to Indiegogo, check it out. It's Lilith Infernal Conflict. If you're familiar with the world of Core Draft, then you'll know who she is. And she's basically going back to the abyss where she's from. And we learn more about her backstory and how she became kind of like the general and her queen's army that she is. If you don't know anything about Core Draft, we have a catch-up tier so you can actually go and get volume 1 and volume 2 and Lilith and get all caught up. There's lots of different options, and we're doing one thing that I think is really cool is we're doing a special edition of the book that is going to be printed on newsprint. It's limited to 150 copies. It's a total retro edition. I did a cover kind of in the vein of the 1970 Marvel covers. The interior is going to be more flat color, so it really feels like a book from that time period. It'll be stapled instead of square bound, and they're all signed and numbered with a certificate of authenticity. So that's a cool copy of the book that you can pick up. And I think there's like 30 left out of the lot. So go check it out. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. There's a link in the video description. There's also a link right now in the chats as well. Do you have any books that you've read in the last couple of weeks that maybe you would also like to recommend to the peoples?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. The Transformer stuff. What was one that I just read that I'll go back and reread trades. So I mean, if I could recommend something that's not brand new.
Oh yeah.
I just went back and reread the Donner, Jeff Johns, Adam Kubert Superman story from
That's son, yeah.
back in the day. I thought it was great. I just loved it. Now I'm a huge, like I said, I'm an art guy. So I'm a huge Kubert fan. Joe, Andy, Adam. I love all their stuff. So seeing Adam break away from Marvel and draw Superman, I thought was great. That was just such a great story, you know. Another older one, which is also Superman, but it's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, because we were talking about Alan Moore earlier. I can't remember the name of the story because my memory's awful for that stuff, but it was the one-shot annual where...
Or The Man Who Has Everything.
Yeah, man has... Yep.
The birthday.
Where Batman and Wonder Woman and Robin were going to basically...
Black Mercy.
Robin.
Yeah.
Presents, yeah. With Mongol. That's such a great freaking story. And Dave Gibbons' artwork is just perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
It's a great Justice League episode too.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They did that. That was adapted really well.
And it's an adaptation that apparently Alan Moore actually liked, which is so rare. You know, he actually gave it his seal of approval.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So, Fatal J, what's been going on the Fatal J show? I know you're doing more interviews and stuff like that. What do people
I'm doing comic book interviews. Hopefully, me and Wes gonna have an interview soon. I'm doing a lot of reactions. Man, I'm just having fun on my channel. The reactions are blowing up. I'm doing reactions to stuff like Super Sentai, Ultraman, Kamen Rider. Man, I'm just having a blast, having a good time on my channel. I got a question for Aaron though.
Oh yeah, what's up?
You ready?
He's putting you on blast, son.
All right,
No,
here we
I'm
go.
not.
Let's go.
No, I'm not.
Chat
Did
does
you
it all
have
the
some-
time.
Did you have something to do with Young Justice season 3?
Season 4. I worked
I
on
mean,
the. I
excuse
worked on the Apocalypse on Phantoms. I worked on Phantoms. So
When General Zod was in the Phantom Zone?
yeah, so I did the Apocalypse arc. Was part of that writer's room, and then wrote an episode of that arc.
Ladies and
Oh, that's
gentlemen, let
cool.
me tell y'all something. If you haven't seen that season 4, it's incredible. Incredible. Look, man, I'm serious. They should have gave you an award for that, man. Spectacular writing.
I mean, I didn't work on the whole season, but like I did just work on that one arc. But thank
But
you.
you did your
I'm
thing,
giving you
brother.
the credit, dude. You're getting the award.
Yeah, man. Hey, you did your thing, brother.
No, they were so Greg and Brandon were Greg Weissman and Brandon Vietti were very generous to give me an episode that like I was really excited. I didn't have to do like a lot of character relationship like melodrama. Like they gave me an episode that was just pure action, and it was Apocalypse, it was Green Lantern Corps, it was Rocket from Milestone. All things that I have an affection for. So I really got to kind of like swing for the fences, and I think the episode came out really well. It's the finale to the penultimate arc of the season. So,
cool.
Is it going to be a Young Jesus? Young Jesus. Why did I say Young Jesus?
Yeah, working on Young Jesus season 1.
Young
right
Jesus
now.
season
That's
5.
changes.
It's got more superheroes than you'd expect, but
Young Justice. Would it be a Young Justice season 5, or that was it?
James Gunn has not. I don't know that he knows that.
I forgot about that. He over that now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We might not.
All right,
see it
Fatal
again.
J, you recommending any books this week?
Yes, sir. I'm recommending. I don't know why people don't speak about this, but Void Rivals, Skybound, got a dash of Transformers. Not that much, just cameos. G.I. Joe. This book is dope, man. Very good read. You guys need to check this out. It was so good, and I never slab. I rarely slab. I had to get this issue 1 slabbed. Y'all pick that up. Y'all haven't read Void Rivals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's part of the
No.
Amazon universe.
Y'all don't
It
care.
is one that we don't talk about as much.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is. I
forgotten
think it's because
Energon book.
it kind of gets overlooked because Transformers and G.I. Joe are obviously the bigger
I
problems.
wasn't
Yeah,
impressed
Void
with
Rivals
it. But the art
You
style
care?
was a little bit too simple.
Not enough
And-
on
See,
that.
I wasn't too big on the art style, but I'm enjoying the story. Another recommendation. Y'all got to be reading these Battle Beasts, man.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
dope. Pick these up. Trust me. Robert Kirkman is killing it. What is it about Robert Kirkman? Why is he so good? What is it about him?
Well, he's
Like he wrote the book for you, dude.
yeah, he's enthusiastic about like he's basically an 80s 90s kid. So
Yeah.
he remembers when stuff was good, when creativity in our space was at its peak, and you were getting new concepts all the time, and you were getting balls to the wall action, and he kind of he has to play the Hollywood game and be like, oh, we had to race swap some characters because we're just dumb white guys. Occasionally he has to do that because he's in Hollywood, but as far as comics goes, he gets it. He gets what makes what it is that comic fans like.
Yeah, man. Robert Kirkman, man. Keep up the great work, man. But yes, that's my recommendations. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm pretty sure it'll be another 5 years before I come back. But thank you.
I invited you for next weekend. You're the one that turned me down.
Man,
What?
I don't care.
And you turned down the last 2 times I've invited you on the channel.
Fatal J, come
Didn't I
on.
just said, sir, I had a colonoscopy. How you say colonoscopy? I had
You
one
had to
of
get
those.
Sears family pictures taken. Indeed. I heard you.
I had to prep. See, Dylan don't know about that. When you turn 40, you welcome to horrible aging.
They make you
We'll
drink a
make you a
gallon of
comic
this
book
stuff.
about it, Dylan. To break it all down for you, sir.
Right.
You got any big videos, Dylan, on the channel?
Yeah, I did my review of Batman #1, and also have a video going up today going over some DCKO stuff because we got the bracket for round 1 for DCKO revealed. So I'm going over that. And
So it
some
is going to be
details.
Etrigan versus Supergirl, right?
Yeah, we got Etrigan versus Supergirl. Yeah, we got some poor Star Sapphire. She's going against Batman. She should beat Batman's ass, but Batman's going to pull some Batman bullshit. to
Starro
beat
is
her.
the 16 seed. Seemed odd.
He's fighting Wonder Woman, so
Yeah.
he's gonna lose immediately. But yeah, there's some fun stuff
Etrigan
in there.
versus Supergirl. I mean, he's magic, and she's
I'm
vulnerable.
hearing amazing things about DCKO behind the scenes, actually.
Everything I keep hearing about it gets me more and more excited about it. Because at first I was a little, I don't know, but everything I keep hearing about, I get more and more hyped. So I'm excited for it.
Very, very cool. You got any books people should be reading?
Yeah, I'd say Batman #1's worth checking out if you're interested in that. JSA #11, one of the better issues of JSA. I like to get the family reunion in this one. Adventures Around Book of L #1. It is very much set up, but I still liked it. And G.I. Joe Real American Hero #320. It was pretty good, action packed all the way through. I liked it.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
Sully, you went to the comic book shop. Did you
I
get your
went.
paper bag?
I got my paper bag full of funny books at my funny book bodega. I go every Wednesday. I'm a Wednesday warrior.
Same
And
here.
yeah, I got 5 funny books this week. And let's just start off from least
The
to best.
disappointment.
This was look at this wonderful cover. This is
so
Spider-Man 94, issue number 1. It's a action figure variant. There was also an action figure variant of Red Hood number 1 that I almost got, but that the writer scared me off. Sorry. I would have picked that up because I'm a huge Jason Todd fan. But the cover betrays the contents. I have buyer's remorse. It wasn't a good book. I mean, the art isn't that great. The story's not that great. I wasn't the biggest fan of Spider-Man 94, the TV show. So I'm glad I, gave it a chance. But and I'm a huge fan of the black costume. But I will not be coming back for issue 2. I got Resurrection Man number 6 of 6 by Ram V. This is interesting. It's my cup of tea. It's befuddling. It's confusing. Great art. It's a little, abstract. But I don't mind that. I like, artistic stuff in my art and in my comic books too. So I'm looking forward to going back and reading this in total. And it has an interesting double-page spread of 2 pages of nothing but black. And when the universe kind of resets for Mitch Shelley himself, and it reminds me of a big crowdfunder I got recently, and that person got a lot of slack for that. So I wonder if that was inspired by. Let's see. I picked up the Philip Kennedy Johnson the House of L book, and like I said, it's the inciting incident of a trade paperback, and this is the variant cover, but it's one of those variant covers where it's just a variant cover that's stapled over the A cover. So I'm never ever kind of too hot about that, but it was one of the only copies left. The A cover had sold out before I got there, and it was either this or like the 1 in 25 or 1 in 50 variant covers that were like $10 and $25. So I went with the $4.99 version instead. It's good, but it's just like I'm a little lost because I didn't read the previous version, the previous volume. Jeremy Adams, Flash Gordon number 11, great book. This is just simple. He doesn't reinvent the wheel. It's pure octane action. It's fun. These characters are just they're timeless, and he doesn't tinker with them. He just gives us what we ordered. Fun Flash Gordon stories. Don't sleep on Flash Gordon. It's out on Mad Cave, issue number 11. And
Is there a trade out yet, Sully?
There's a first trade, I believe.
Yeah, I know what my dad's getting for his birthday.
Yeah, just like give like an older fan one of these, because it kind of like it's like the old 1980 movie in a way too. So it's there for you to pick up and enjoy. My pick of the week though, G.I. Joe: A Real American Hero number 320, and this wraps up the ongoing arc of the mission with the ninja team who infiltrated Springfield, and also with there's a B story with I think Tunnel Rats out there too, and it has an interesting preview for the next issue where they're doing a special 321, a silent interlude.
Cool.
A newer issue of that. So that was issue 21, and so 321 is going to be a new silent interlude. So I'm looking forward to this. Consistently one of the best monthlies. I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan. I got the big old box set there from the Skybound compendium hardcovers, and I'm actually starting to read those, and I'm like, whoa, this was so good. I had this as a mail-in subscription from like issue 15 to 39 for 2 years when I was like 11, when I was like 10 to about 13 almost. So this is great.
This is why, Sully, no matter how silly your takes are on some things and how we make fun of you, I can't not love you because you appreciate G.I. Joe on such a deep and old school level.
And also this week it came out to Jed McKay's Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu. I mean, that's just his best work. He's doing a lot of things over at Marvel, but I mean, Moon Knight is his best book. I love Mark Spector's voice. I love the way he interacts with all the characters in it, and it was easy to figure out.
All right, Sully, wrap her up.
Thank you very much.
Sully Active Bay. Why did the
I'm
Hush
like-
story finish before Batman #1? Because Jim Lay is very, very late on the work. It'll probably be another year before it's finished, but
Oh,
it was always meant to be collected, right? Again.
that's right.
And it wasn't
Wait.
leading into what Matt Fraction is doing in Batman #1. Batman #1 is picking up directly off of what Chip Zdarsky was doing before that anyway. So
Yeah, and I saw
It-
someone in
it
the
is
I
what
can't
it is.
remember I can't remember who it was in the chat, but they said that of course he was not going to disavow anything that Zdarsky did because Zdarsky's his boy. So
yeah. They're like best friends.
Hmm.
That's what happened there. Definitely need to give another shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Drew and the crew behind Naughty and Nice, along with Murat Michaels. Oh, just 1 week remains for Naughty and Nice The Return on Kickstarter, blazing towards $25,000 with no signs of slowing down. Fan McDonald Comics brings back the original Bad Girls, written by Dolan Waddick, with art from Murat Michaels and edited by our very own Aaron Sparrow. What starts familiar quickly explodes into chaos as Naughty and Nice are thrown into a wild new world that changes everything. This isn't just a comeback, it's the launch of a brand new series, fully written and ready to roll. But the clock is ticking. When the campaign closes, there are no second chances. Back it now before it's too late. And don't miss the live closeout stream this Saturday, September 13th at 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on Thinking Critical YouTube, with Aaron Drew and special guests breaking down the final push. Search Naughty and Nice on Kickstarter or select the link in the video description.
Get it
Very, very
now.
Absolutely.
Hey.
And then
Hey, where did I get that Neil before Doomface? Because that looked dope.
I mean, I can.
Well, you're late.
I'll put, you can
I
still get
know
it
I'm
though.
late.
We're sending it to the printer next week.
And it looked like my boy
Knock on wood.
Kenneth did the art. Is Kenneth behind the art?
He's on the cover, but the art on the interior is and on some of the covers is Renzo Rodriguez, and he is absolutely
Okay.
killing it.
It's
So
good
I'm gonna
stuff.
throw- it's in the it's always in the description, I think. But
Okay, I'm gonna give me one.
let me
I'm
throw
gonna
it in the
give me
chat there.
one. I'm gonna give me one.
Kalichioki, Dylan, what was better, Spectacular Spider-Man or the Spider-Man the Animated Series?
Spectacular Spider-Man by far. I like both, but Spectacular Spider-Man is high and away better than Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Man, you don't lost your mind, Dylan. Can somebody kick Dylan off the show?
I'm sorry Spectacular Spider-Man made you think too hard, but if you
kicked the
can
wrong
think,
person
you'll like
off the
Spectacular
show.
Spider-Man better.
I didn't kick anybody off the show. He just left. He didn't even give his
no.
comic book recommendations.
Who just left?
Everybody thinks
Come
I'm
back,
booting
Aaron.
people because I got to eat. No, I'm booting people because
I'm
Fatal
about to say,
Day
you
and I
should've
have to
kicked
record
Dylan.
an interview.
But this
I
is the
didn't
thing
kick
about
anybody.
Dylan. This is the
Damn,
thing about
Aaron.
Dylan. Dylan wasn't raised in the animated Spider-Man era. That's
I
why he
watched
don't
it
like
before I watched Spectacular Spider-Man. I just know what's good, and Spectacular Spider-Man is better. Spider-Man the
you
Animated
crazy.
Series is good. Spectacular is better. You're letting your nostalgia cloud your judgment. It's way better than the animated series. Go back and watch them.
You crazy, man.
Josh
There we
Keaton
go.
is Spider-Man.
You crazy.
Aaron recommends G.I. Joe. Wait, there he is. He's back. You got any recommendations, Aaron? Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on.
Internet malfunction.
It's a silent edition. He's recommending G.I. Joe Real American Hero this week.
No, I'm look, but sometimes when I click on things on StreamYard, like all of a sudden the sound goes out and I actually have to come back or go out and come back in to get it to restart. I don't know why that is.
That's called dial up. You got to get the
All
Wi-Fi.
right, no. Enough of the jokes. We got to wrap this bad boy up if you want this interview. What do you recommend, Sparrow?
You know I'm recommending G.I. Joe 320. You know that's my that's my pick of the week.
There we go. That will do it, folks. Thank you very much, and I hope everyone had a great time. Have a great weekend, and hopefully it's better for your team than it was for mine.
Same here.